Hi guys, this is Jean Holden, producer of the show, and I just wanted to take a minute to let you know where you can find us on the internet. Please go to ThatMan on Fatman.com. There you can find out all the things you need to know about the show. You'll be able to find links to the podcast, to YouTube, to Twitter, Facebook, even Instagram and Snapchat. Thank you so much for listening, guys, and we hope you enjoy the show.
Today's show is brought to you by Death Wish Coffee. Death Wish Coffee, the strongest coffee in the world.
This is Kevin Conroy, the voice of Batman, and I want to urge you to make a generous donation to the Wayne Foundation so we can stop the sexual trafficking of children. Do it, or I'll find you.
And don't forget to check out our good friend of the show, Mark Live, over at chundertunes.com for all your podcast animation needs. ThatMan on Fatman is recorded with a Zoom H6 handy recorder. Zoom for creators.
Disclaimer. The show you're about to experience is for entertainment purposes only. The hosts use mature language and conversation just like in most of life. If you're too uptight, this might not be for you. All that said, we really do hope you enjoy the show. But if you don't enjoy it, expect a nice big shipment of my joyous Joker juice on your doorstep in the very near future. Toodles!
Yes, please note that use of all sound effects is done ironically.
Ooh-ah. You are listening to ThatMan on Fatman with Scott and Jean Holden, and they, trust me, have a great ass.
The second Y is sent in by
ThatMan on Fatman.
Oh, right on. Scott Holden.
Scott Holden, yep.
And what does Scott want?
Call me Scott because I'm Holden.
As the world's biggest Kevin Smith fan, I appreciate the fact that somebody finally made a podcast about that interesting motherfucker. So, yes, you absolutely did the right thing.
Okay, what has two thumbs and is a huge fan of Kevin Smith? ThatMan!
Scott, who does ThatMan on Fatman podcast.
Yeah.
Ooh-ah.
Well, once upon a time, just a regular man read a book written by the Fat Man. Tough shit written by old Kev Smith.
Ooh-ah. ThatMan on Fatman.
Kev said go out and start a podcast, and so I did, and I had a real blast. But my obsession was driving my co-host nuts.
Who is he? He's that man. He's talking.
Didn't want to bring the podcast down. Needed Porkchop Murphy to hang around.
Go get him, that man.
So I created a show with one heck of a plan, and I call that show ThatMan on Fatman.
ThatMan on Fatman.
Go get him, that man.
We're gonna talk about Kevin Smith.
ThatMan on Fatman. ThatMan on Fatman.
Go get him, that man.
We're gonna talk about Kevin Smith.
Go get him, that man.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to this episode 4-26 of ThatMan on Fatman. Just call me, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. What were we saying? Hey, we got Ursher in the house, and we got Jean kicking in the background. She's got some weird kind of wig on. She's going,
Yeah.
All right. And here she is, our co-host extraordinaire and producer, Jean Holden.
Hey guys. Little John is watching out. Yeah.
All right. Before we could like flag it on YouTube, we're banned this section of the video. No one can hear your sound now.
I think that might happen.
Yeah, there's all kinds of wackiness.
Yeah,
but,
on YouTube. But if you do it the other
on the
way,
YouTubes,
if you do the audible way,
are you a YouTube? Alexa, stop. turn the volume down, but I'm sure it's playing in the background. I don't want to accidentally turn it up again and be, yeah!
Yeah, sure.
So, folks, welcome to this episode. That means we're season 4, which is weird because it's only our, third year? It's weird the way this works out because 1 really should be the 0 year.
Right.
But you don't do that when you do seasons.
Right.
So you don't have a season 0.
Right.
Is what I'm saying.
So it is the 4th year.
Yeah, we'll be coming up on our 4th anniversary, but we'll go into season 5.
Correct.
Which makes us sound so much more impressive than we actually are.
It is very impressive.
But the dick is getting long, though. Wouldn't you say, Gene, that I have the world's biggest penis?
Yeah.
Thank you. I knew. I can do things like that. Gene, wouldn't you say that I am far smarter than you?
Yeah.
I knew it. Yes, indeed. I knew.
I'm so agreeable
and I'm
today.
a nicer person, too, right?
Yeah. I'm so agreeable today.
Yes, you are.
Today's a good day.
Look at this. We're just starting, and I'm already with the sound effects. But what we've discovered is this is the peak time. I don't know what this is. It's like very bright and shiny on a Saturday morning. Well, it's 9:33 on a Saturday morning.
So it's like mid-morning.
And we're recording our wraparounds, our bumps, our host segments, as they were. Mm-hmm. And I'm talking inside about everything we're doing.
We were chit-chatting.
And now
wait, we should
I'm
be
playing
recording.
with my nipples. Why the fuck not? Hey,
Why not?
There you go. You can't see it. We're not running cameras. I could not be.
They
I could
look
be playing
hard.
with the cat's nipples.
They look hard from here, too.
It's very odd that Stewie is sitting there. Good thing the computer's not on.
It's the sun. Yeah, it's sun, and something is like giving off heat.
Yeah, one of the cats is sitting on a laptop. And
Yeah.
it just, of course, is the highest thing in the room.
Well, it's warm, too, I'm sure. Is it on?
It's not on. That's what I mean. Thank God it's not on. I would.
His ass.
Why have I not
bothered.
tossed him off it anyway?
No, because he's sweet. He's not bothering you.
Where's the canned air?
Ooh, I know where it is.
Get out here like a shit through a goose.
You want me to get it?
No, don't.
Okay.
Because then we got to start. Oh, I got some. Watch this.
Oh, baby.
Alive.
You're lucky you didn't kick your laptop off.
Yeah, he's off though.
Waka waka.
It's really not good for him to sit on that. He could break the screen.
So what were we talking about in there that should we be talking about now?
Oh, we got all kinds of stuff. Do we want to jump into Smed lines? Because
this is like a kind of an all Smed lines because Kevin is we were doing all Kevin stuff.
Yeah, we were recently. Yeah, we could talk about our. I mean, is our weekend really isn't the Smed lines, but
no.
To us it's our own Smed lines.
Yeah.
So, and let's not break tradition here. Oh, wrong theme. And now, direct from the ThatCave, we give you the Smed lines with Gene Holden. Sounds like that's coming through cheesecloth to me.
It does.
I think we have to make a new theme there.
Right. Well, there is actually a fun Smed line that we can start out with. Welcome, everyone. Yeah. The next Friday, which is November 17th, 2017.
Is your birthday.
Is my birthday, and it's Ralph's birthday.
Yes.
And they will be doing a special Babble-on that night. So if you get tickets, how fun. So I'm I totally can't wait to hear it because that's pretty awesome. So if you can be there to celebrate Ralph's birthday.
Now let me just bring something up here.
Right.
Okay. Now recently, going around online, there was some sort of survey. And it meant that if you were a Scorpio, apparently you liked it in the ass.
Yeah.
Or you liked anal.
Right.
Does that mean that Ralph likes it in the ass?
I don't know.
Or does that mean he likes giving it in the ass because he's a guy and it all changes up?
I don't know. I don't think it's an across-the-board thing. Like, with horoscopes.
And this would be a shout-out also to Stacey Pressman because who was our guest a few weeks ago. She was talking.
Yes.
She brought this up on Facebook.
Well, it was it was a kind of quiz or an article that was going over signs and basically
the zodiac
signs. So, and then of course you look at your own and the people that you are with. So I looked at yours. Yours is totally boring, which is the total opposite of you.
Yes.
And then mine is
I was playing with my nipples only shortly.
Is the end all be all. Anal for me is the best thing ever. Which is
so funny that they put that in there. It's who wrote that?
See, now I can be honest about it, because
whose wife or girlfriend is a Scorpio.
And of course, I have to be the first one to comment. I'm like, oh my God, Stacey, we're both Scorpios.
Well, it's funny. She's like, I don't like anal.
And that was the thing. And I had to respond, oh my God, we're both. So But it
became
hurts.
so apparent that you fucking
but then it
read
said,
that.
But then it said that it hurts, and then so of course, as soon as you say that, like everyone piles on, especially if it's an anal thing on Facebook. Oh my God, how often do you see that?
Yeah, you're just asking for.
Yeah, how often
asking
do you,
for everything.
Yeah, so and I
there are guys who've been jerking off for 6 years on Facebook, waiting for that opening.
For an anal
opening. To place their comment in.
Yes. They're very long.
To shoot their hot comments on.
Yeah.
Yes.
Their load of comments.
They've been waiting for their big load.
And it was splattered all over that.
All over Stacey Pressman's
and
posting.
I did not comment.
Okay, more libel has been removed from the show. I'm just taking out that whole segment. So hang on a minute. This is that all that just happened did not exist.
It never existed. Fake news.
Yeah, fake. So sit on my face out there.
And
wiggle.
Yeah, big time. Wait, are we on the wrong show?
Yes, I think
I'm feeling like I want to say something.
That's the whole thing. We keep drifting into the other show because we brought up anal.
I know.
And anal
and
changes
then
everything.
Someone's sitting on your face. And
See,
I'm like,
as soon as you bring up anal, you fall down a dark hole.
Yeah.
You
and
have
then
no
you start
choice.
talking about like oral sex and sitting on your face.
You fucking wrecked the whole show.
Yeah.
You didn't just kill it. You damn near wrecked them. Sorry. Okay.
Oh, wait,
that was a little better this time.
I did it backwards last time.
That was a little better this
Wrecked
time.
Wrecked them.
I've near killed them. I know. But I had to change it up. Otherwise, it's like, what did somebody say? Peanuts?
I totally did it back.
Can't be too canned. You got to change it up a
know.
little. Otherwise, they see it coming a mile away.
That's okay.
Just like
I like
fucking,
the obvious joke.
Yeah, just like going down a dark hole.
Yeah.
You never know where you're going to end
See,
up.
but I'm like a cliche person, so obvious is like bam. I like it.
Yes.
Bam, boom.
Well, if you like Star Trek, we've certainly been circling Uranus looking for Klingons.
Sure, yeah. There might be a few in there.
Of course, you're a Scorpio. According to
There's
this
always a few hanging out
according
there.
to Stacey Pressman.
It's so funny. Well, it wasn't her that said it. It was an article.
She had to bring up anal. It's so funny too.
No,
she knows. She's
I
a
love
comedian.
you, Stacey.
She knows she's asking for
She's
it. She knows.
You're cute.
She knows exactly what she's doing.
Yeah.
She wants all her male fans jerking off to anal.
The
thought of anal. I love Stacey Pressman. Oh no, she doesn't like anal.
I love that she said that. It made me like
but
her
it
more.
still the fact that you put Pressman and anal together and it's boom.
I know.
There you go.
It doesn't matter if she likes it or not.
Yeah, it's just she's done that.
They're gonna grab her by her anal.
She's taking him down a dark hole.
Mm-hmm.
A place that they want to go. Apparently, that she wants to go.
A dark hole can be a scary place.
Ooh-ah.
The fear of the unknown. You're like, what's going on in there?
Ooh-ah.
One more time. Repetition is king. Oh my God. Okay.
Let's go back.
I know we're in the Sped lines and that we. It's weird because our life is kind of going to blend with some Sped lines.
Yeah.
But just completely off topic. Natural Born Killers. I love that movie.
Me too.
I know that Quentin Tarantino likes to disown it because he made a script that featured characters named Mickey and Mallory, and then Oliver Stone took it and did whatever he did with it. I love what Oliver Stone did.
So do I.
And I saw that movie in the theater, and I've watched it twice in the last 2 days. It's fucking genius.
Yeah.
It's fucking genius.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about the media. And I saw that movie in the theater. I forgot fucking that. What's his name? Robert Downey. RDJ is in it.
Oh my God.
And he's really good in it. It's
He
funny.
really is.
It's a crazy movie. Fucking Woody Harrelson's. Everybody's great in it.
Everybody's
and
great.
the movie itself, fucking Oliver Stone
Right.
does some funky shit with that film. It's
Right.
I mean,
made like a sexy kind of movie.
look
too.
Look at Kill Bill, another movie I like, and I'm sorry, but that Mickey and Mallory did it first. You know what I mean?
know,
There's
they
so
really
much.
did.
There's so much, especially Kill Bill 1. I'm talking Kill Bill 1 feels so much like Natural Born Killers. It's nuts.
Right.
Just using different cuts and different black and white to color.
Oh yeah, the cinematography is amazing.
And insertion of like anime art and just weird animation clips and
Juliette Lewis is so sexy.
And what's his name? Also, fucking God damn it. Fucking Johnny Dangerously. What the fuck's his name? Rodney Dangerfield.
Wow.
He's fucking genius in it. And the woman whose name I never remember.
Juliette Lewis is hot.
Oh yeah, she's really. Yeah, but more than hot, she's brilliant in it.
Oh, and hot.
She is fucking like you. You do think that this girl could kick your ass?
Oh my God, yes.
She plays a good psycho. I mean,
Mallory Knox.
Yeah, she's. But that whole and how they go into this sort of the whole thing is through a media filter of some kind. Like it really is a comment on pop culture life,
right?
And the media today, and especially in the 90s, there was this rash of crime shows that while they were trying to, they were glorifying the crimes as they were trying, it was exploitation. Sorry,
right?
Like I'm searching for a word. It was all exploitation of the crime,
right?
So, and today that's just news.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like. We've just crossed the Rubicon. So
well, and that's why they left. Like they would kill everyone and leave the one person alive, so they could say. And it's
it's real. It's such a commentary on. I mean, I hate to say it. It's a commentary in the 90s. It's a commentary on the new millennia. It's a commentary on life and the breakdown of life in America today.
The acting is excellent in it.
Yeah,
Woody Harrelson's amazing.
There's even at one point where he's like. He calls him a serial killer, then Woody Harrelson corrects him. He's like, "No, actually, I'm a mass murderer."
Oh my God!
But it's true.
What's the difference?
Mass murder is like what's going on now with mass shootings.
Right.
A mass murderer
is
someone who usually kills. Yeah, who goes on a mass killing.
Okay.
A serial killer is someone who meticulously plans victims, and they're usually within a certain style, or if they're actually like Ted Bundy,
or a serial killer,
or like fucking what's his name, Michael Rooker in Henry. Part of their MO was to not have an MO.
It would just be random.
Yes, to totally do random. That way, no one will ever be able to trace a pattern.
The random killer.
Well, that's a serial killer too, because it's still a serial killer.
Yeah,
it's just
not
his pattern is no pattern.
Right.
So.
Like there was the Zodiac killer.
Remember back? It's a one at a time killer. Is a serial killer.
But usually there's a pattern to their killing.
Yeah, and mass killers kill on a spree.
Oh my God! Yeah. Well, this is horrible. It's just.
But it's just shit like that.
Yeah.
Little touches like that were genius, and it's such a nutty movie. There's a lot of crazy performances. What's his name? God damn! I can't think of his name. He was Two-Face in
Tommy Lee Jones.
Yes, Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah, he was great.
Yeah, he was very good.
I really enjoyed the movie.
He was playing a caricature of himself.
Yeah. Really, I think there were things because then you mentioned it. I'm like, oh my God! Like when I watched it, when we saw it, I wasn't absorbing it like I did last
Great
night.
Soundtrack. Of course, we're 90s
I totally
kids,
absorbed it more like this time. I was like, whoa, this movie's fucked up.
You know what? As we're sitting here talking about it, I'm going to watch it again. I know I'm going to watch it again.
The abuse that goes on
and the way it's portrayed in this this strange satire.
Right. And it's funky how and I'm sure it's like a total coincidence, but the sexual abuse that's going on now and watching it was like, whoa, that's pretty. It's like
in her family, the dad is fucking the daughter,
and the verbal the things he uses, and
then there's a moment where it's where she's like, the reason we have Kevin is because you were drunk and you stumbled into our bedroom thinking I was Mallory. That's why we have Kevin.
And that kid. See, now that part I didn't get.
And then he's like, Mallory's my mom?
Did that kid burn in the house or did he get out?
I think the implication is that he was free. And
I know, but why didn't she take them? I was like, oh my God, because that's not her. She wouldn't have done that. Yeah. But I'm telling you, the dad, I was like, oh my God, the things that they're coming out of his mouth are so vile. I was like, oh, it's so vile. It's so
only he could give that delivery because it was still like, hey, take I was going to say "Take My Wife, Please," but that's not his bit.
It was. They were doing it. It was.
But it was very much deadpan. It was like he's a fucking
right.
It's done like all his other jokes.
Right, and he's like sloppy and slobbering and a big pig.
No respect at all.
But it was done like it. It was actually brilliant the way that was done because that could have been done more serious.
He's in the fucking what do you call it? The boxer shorts and the guinea tee.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What is it called? What is the guinea tee actually called?
The wife beater, but I don't think
the
that's
wife
appropriate
beater
anymore.
Too.
That's not appropriate.
It's like, look at it. And we're so awful. But I mean, this is the truth. Growing up,
that's what you remember.
It was referred to that. Like you could hear someone in the mall going, "Hey, can you get me some guinea teas?"
Yeah.
Not even thinking about
a guinea.
Guinea is a racist term. It's sort of like
yeah, but was it a guinea saying it?
Probably. Probably. I don't know.
Yeah, have a guinea coming out of the mouth of a Mick is not really a good idea because it sounds.
Can you go over there by the Cavaricis too?
the Z Cavaricis.
Oh,
get it right.
There's a very funny episode of what was it? Sal and
oh my God!
Of What Say You, where they talk about the Cavaricis and how Staten Island was like a total isolated, like weird Italian mecca of like all the cliches.
Do you remember the pants
that were like the things that we would like non-Italian culture would be like, oh my God, what's going on?
Right.
Or non-Staten Island culture, I guess.
I remember like the Z Cavaricis and were like the acid washed ones, like the black and gray.
That had these weird like buckles up to your nipples kind of thing. It was like, what is this weird?
That was the jam then.
Weird S&M thing going on. Hey, look,
It's very like very
what the hell is that?
Buckles and buckles. What? The word buckles funny.
Hammer time.
Oh my God, MC Hammer.
Yeah, it was like that kind of shit.
I love those pants.
I have genie pants.
Those are the best.
I am a genie in a bottle,
baby. Oh my gosh. Oh. Nobody does it like her. So,
Are we talking about the well, I won't go there because it's shaming.
Who?
It's weight shaming.
Who?
About Christina, not Christina Applegate.
Oh my God, Christina! You can't shame her because she comes back like a bam.
Yeah, because she can hire personal trainers.
But she's
Thank
like,
God. And put down the Twinkies.
Let me say this: she is like a normal girl. Girls gain weight; they lose weight.
It's true.
Just like Oprah.
That's sort of why I didn't want to bring this up because I knew I was going to sound like an asshole.
Oprah's more annoying. Obviously,
I knew I was going to sound like an asshole.
Oprah's
and why
annoying.
are we out here in fat shaming?
Because I want to just call it out.
Yes,
Oprah's annoying.
And you're right.
Wait, let me finish. Oprah. Oprah's another
female
example
that I think about it in terms of.
Oprah's another example.
Although if it was a fat lard
weight,
dude, I would just like condemn him.
So I'm
a jerk.
She still rises above because she's normal. She's more normal, even though they have lots of money and they're not really normal.
Haters have got to hate.
Exactly.
Like the douches have to douche.
See, Guy LaPointe has it all figured out.
Exactly. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for my fat shaming. I will repent now.
Yes.
Ooh-ah. Okay. I'll do 15 ooh-ahs.
Ooh-ah. And call me in the morning.
And one.
What is what's a Wookiee?
What's a Wookiee, Grace?
Great. What's a storm? What now? Trooper. Trooper. What's this, Grace?
Has nothing to do with anything, but it needed to be done to cleanse the room.
Yes. Of all this.
All right. So, should we talk about what? I know we're in the sped lines, kind of, sort of.
Yeah, we can talk about when we saw Hollywood Babble-on the other night.
So, yeah, the way this all worked out was we were supposed to shoot Mr. Ralph Garman that day. Mm-hmm. But because of a number of factors, I know that he had some laryngitis issues going on, and what else was like just. He needed to do the show notes.
Well, I mean, it's just like it's cram time, so you don't really have much time, and you're off on your sleep schedule. He probably was tired, and he just probably didn't realize that he had some extra work to do.
He bit off more than he could chew.
Right, and I totally get it. And to kind of go forward a little bit and not stay there. He mentioned that it really didn't have anything to do with the laryngitis. It did have to do with the fact he had a lot of shit that he had to get done for the show. And it's number one for him, and I totally get it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so in that case, we were at Giant Stadium. It was like, oh. It was like if there were like our tires popped.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's upsetting and disappointing.
Yeah, so we're turning around.
But we had to do that to people, too. We've had to do it.
But in some respects, so Ralph was very cool, and he was like, I owe you one. And we were like, well,
wow.
It just so happens.
I know, I jumped on that like...
It just so happens we have this jersey that today's guest left with us, which you'll hear. So it's weird. You'll get to hear some of the resolution before even you hear the presentation of the situation. So we're time traveling, folks.
That's so cool.
But so
that's our superpower.
Yeah. So we had this jersey, and that really gave us an in to be able. Well, maybe should we save it for the end? Like after the interview, we can give the wrap up. So
yeah, why don't we just stop here?
We've given this setup.
We've teased you a little bit. Now you're gonna have to wait and listen, and then we'll tell you the end.
Yeah. So
right?
Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah, I do too.
So we're now we're kind of out of the sped lines now.
Right,
and
so
now we're into guest intros.
Guest intros.
So wait, just to keep this all formal and everything, in case someone out there is like time keying this.
Right. Well, there is something we can add to the sped line.
Oh, okay. Well, let me stop. Okay, go.
Can we add any Life After Flash stuff? Do we want to add anything like that, or is that something you want to wait till the end?
Well, we can add like an update, just saying that we cracked into somebody's consciousness, and we were able to get through to Mark Bernardin,
right?
Which was really cool. He doesn't think he's going, but just the fact that like we were able to make contact and put that in his lap and put it together. He was very cool with it,
right?
You know,
and and it's true that when you have a lot,
and
on
it
your
does
plate,
have to do because if you look at his schedule, they're doing ThatMan on Fatman at a convention like
Fatman on Batman.
I did it.
Yeah,
a Fatman on Batman
at a con.
Yeah, at a con. So he's coming back, and he's doing a little. I think he kind of mentioned it's like a mini vacation, possibly.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So, and that's the case. I mean, it's it's cramming a lot in 2 days.
But I know him. I get this vibe because he's kind of like me, and I get this vibe that in some respects he's like me, and I have a feeling that Monday night will come rolling around, and the kids will be settled down, and shit, just shit'll be in place, and he'll be like, Life After Flash.
It seems like he does do that sort of shit, though, doesn't it?
And I also know that he's the guy who used to really enjoy being asked to screenings,
and
so it makes sense that
and
why
Flash Gordon is something that's been on his mind
exactly,
lately.
and that's why essentially one of the reasons he was invited, because hearing that story was like, oh, he's got to be there.
So hopefully I'm sure a spot is saved for him if he really changes.
And yes, and that's the case. Even though he said, I don't think I'm going to be able to make it. It's been communicated.
Yeah, but Sam Jones is going to be there.
It's all there. You know what I mean?
That would be
for him to grasp.
That would be like the magnet that would draw me. So, I mean, I just love the story. I love the Flash Gordon story. But
there's actually, there's more of this story that we could tell at the wrap-up or post this interview.
All right, so
because it ties in so much better.
Okay, so let's introduce our guest.
Okay, well, you've heard him right now. We've mentioned him. First of all, he's been on the show a few times.
He has.
I don't know which episodes are at the top, off the top of my head.
He's had a couple names. Steve the Knight.
Yeah, Steve the Knight. Midnight Smoke.
Midnight Oil
is what but Midnight Smoke is what he's really at. Midnight Smoke 1 is his handle on Twitter. That's really why
he's our buddy.
And he's been our friend since the BCJ days.
Mm-hmm.
So, I've always dug this guy, and recently, as I confessed to him, and as I talked about last week on the last episode, I told him, when a lot of times when I think about when I have to visualize a listener or whatever, it's
and
him.
And now we've seen him twice, so we really know what he looks like.
You've
met him 3 times.
Yeah, but here's the reason why, because he's online, he's nice, and he's responsive, and he'll send out little jokes and little comments, and he does I know he listens, so in my mind, it's like, so he's become ideal listener.
He's adorable.
Yeah, so there are times when I'll go, I wonder if Steve gets that, or in my mind,
or I wonder if that made him laugh.
Yeah, yes, exactly. I wonder if he chuckled over that, or shit like that. So Steve's my fucking my audience, sort of.
Right.
So I'm doing this show for Steve on many levels. But so it's very cool to have him here and in the studio. And there was just little things that may seem weird to the listener, like when I was up in Canada shooting for the doc.
Mm-hmm. When you met Scott Thompson.
Steve was up there because he lives in Buffalo, so it wasn't far, and there was stuff going on. So
he said like a half hour or something. Like that.
It's not that bad for him.
Yeah.
But so he gave me a gift of these. They're they're paintings done.
They're so cool.
Yeah, they're just they're kind of weird.
Did he do them?
No, but he bought them in a little art show,
Oh.
and he gave them to us, and they're hanging on the wall because. Why wouldn't you do that? Why wouldn't you put something someone gave you on the wall?
Yeah, he was so excited when he saw them.
Yeah, but they're also in a place where when we run cameras, you don't see them. So you don't really know that they're there.
Right.
Because they're behind most of the camera lines.
Right.
So, yeah, it was kind of a thrill where he's like, when he saw the paintings, he's like, you got my paintings up. I'm like, yeah. And I didn't think about it. But then I'm like, oh, shit, does he think that I put them up for just him? And that's why I'm like, there's dust on them. Look.
Oh, yeah, you did do that. I totally forgot.
Yeah, after we turned the mics off, I actually did show him that there was dust on them.
I'm sure he knew. I'm sure he trusts you.
They were really there
the
whole time.
They actually look good where they are. So
they weren't put up for like, oh, Steve's coming quick. Where are those shitty paintings? No.
Wait, put the camera on him now.
I'm only kidding when I said shitty paintings. Shitty.
No.
I was just goofing. I feel so sensitive. I'm being overly sensitive.
You're being sensitive. Right? So let's just introduce him, and then we can talk about how great he is after.
Without any further ado,
hi, Bane.
Here is Scott's audience. Oh, Midnight Smoke, here T-Bane, kicking in old school cliche.
Yo
in the hissy.
Yes, Midnight Smoke coming at you.
Coming at you.
And now, here's our guest.
My mom will say something hilarious. I'm like, oh my God, I got to use that later on. You start writing shit. I carry notepads with me and stuff. It's insane.
Well, because you're a constant writer.
Well, just for those out there, I just realized I hit record.
Oh, cool.
And essentially, for those, you might recognize the dulcet tones. The guy who's actually here in the ThatCave. Midnight Smoke.
Yo, what's going on, guys?
Steve the Knight.
Yes.
Fresh from Philly Babble-on.
And he's so like
this will
bright-eyed
drop next
and
week, by the way.
He's so bright-eyed and bushy-tailed after his weekend, his crazy weekend.
Which is very surprising.
I know.
I'm just like awake right now.
Yeah. It's funny too because it was like I was up because of the whole clock thing on top of everything else. I'm just like, and I knew you were dropping off Big Daddy Jimmy V at the airport this morning at like 6, and it was like 5. I'm like, dude, don't worry about being here early. I'm already up. So it's like 8 o'clock in the morning here. It's everybody's bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and
well,
so
some of us are.
We're recording. Well, yeah, it's 8:04. Holy shit, man!
It's crazy, right?
I know,
but it's really 9:04.
It feels like 9:04 for some reason.
Don't you hate when people do that? It's really 9:04. Like, shut up! It's 8:04 now.
That was us last night when we were recording for After, but we're just like, no, it's okay. It's okay. It's only like midnight right now. It's not really 1 a.m.
Well, like it really matters.
I think it's 3 that you officially flip now.
No,
is it
2
3?
o'clock.
I think it's. Is it 2?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
2. But I mean, people are. It doesn't matter because when you look at the clock and it's 11, it's really 10. You know what I mean?
It totally goosed me this morning because I was like, "Oh shit!" Because I have one old-fashioned manual clock that I look at more than any other.
Right.
And then, but it was off. But then I looked at the clock that are all updated. I'm like, "Oh shit, that's right again." I bet fall back, spring ahead. I'm cursed. So. Now here's what stinks. This
me right now? Do I smell funny?
Yeah. Other than you,
I can say that because I don't care.
I remember a time when fall back was the week before Halloween.
Yeah, I thought it was beforehand, and they changed it like years ago.
Bush changed it, that wiener, because it always made sense because you would set the clock back. And then it would get dark early in time for Halloween, but now it doesn't do that anymore.
No, it's so bright out. Like, 'cause I remember when we were kids, we'd run around with like flashlights and glow sticks and stuff. I'm like, this is amazing.
Yes, I love this. But now
I would be all hopped up on kung fu movies and fucking Fruit Punch.
Right?
Sorry.
Gene go. What's going on?
Disappeared.
Wait, what's going on? What
I'm
happened?
trying to plug in my phone. I'm having issues.
Oh,
Sorry.
I don't know if there's a plug-in.
There is, though.
Is there?
Yeah, carry on.
Okay. We're carrying on. So anyway, tell us about your Philly experience. Oh, actually, quickly, what do you think of?
I love it,
what's your
man.
first
I saw the artwork up here. We got you guys a couple years ago. I was like, oh shit, that's amazing.
That's what you got us.
Yes.
We love it.
I was like,
It never ends up on camera, but it's there.
That's freaking awesome.
Yeah, there was no way I would not hang that.
Right? And then I saw the portal gun right away, and I'm like, this is awesome. Like, this is insane.
It is really insane.
It's so freaking cool.
We had this couple over last night that we met, but it was cool because he was a Rick and Morty fan. And at one point, I went, and he was like, oh.
That's cool.
It was like one of those moments.
But yeah, dude, this
They'll
is
be
a
back.
nice setup in here. This is gorgeous.
Yes, thank you. Well, it's fun. I mean, it's become. We want it to be like a clubhouse. We want it to feel comfortable. We want people to have coffee and have. Behind all this, pay no attention to all the guts behind the curtain.
Well, it's like a late night show, man. That's the way it's set up.
And it's so cool because it all grows now, and it sort of organically grows in response to the shit we do as a result of the show. So it's like our trophy wall. It's our big penny. It's our giant dinosaur. It's our Batcave. It's our ThatCave.
It is pretty great.
And so welcome. It's really great to have you here.
Thank you. Yeah, this is amazing. I'm glad this worked out so well that I could stop here and hang out with you guys.
Because you're like one of those persons. Like when we do shows, when I think of audience, your face frequently comes to mind. I'm like,
I'm so sorry that comes to your mind.
I wonder how Steve will think of that. I wonder if he'll get that. I wonder if he'll think that's funny. So you are kind of my inner audience.
Oh, thank you.
So enjoy that.
I do. That's freaking awesome.
Because I know you listen. And I get a kick out of it. So.
Oh hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Oh,
I love
shit.
that. So welcome. It's special to have my audience, my inner audience, into the inner sanctum.
It's like, what would
God,
Steve
I should talk
do?
into the mic because I realize I haven't been hearing myself for the past 5 minutes.
Oh really?
But anyway, so here we are. Now tell us about Philly. Tell us what when you got there, what happened, who got drunk, who was ridiculous, who was fun.
Oh, I could definitely do that. It was cool.
how Kevin and Ralph reacted, and did you get your shout outs and.
Oh, yeah, there was a fun stuff with the show. It was cool because Afterburn set this all up. They said there's a show in Philly, and they invited us. And they're like, we know you're the same distance as we are. Meet us up there. And then Jimmy and everybody else got on. Mike Driscoll showed up. Storm.
Now, originally, we were doing the Philly thing, and admittedly, it was because it seemed like that was as close to the East Coast as they were coming. And then, like a month or so later, they announced a bunch of fucking New York dates, and it made more sense financially. Plus, our camera guy could go to those dates.
Michael Joseph Consul Magno.
Thank you. Well, he's more than our camera guy, but we'll just say that for now.
He's amazing.
Yes, he's a good guy. And
a man of all trades.
Yes, good people. An editor.
And an editor. God. And a daddy. And
all right. Stop sucking the guy's dick already. All right. And so, just made more sense to do the New York dates.
Right, yeah.
So,
and that's what sucked. It's like, oh, fuck, they're not coming out.
And there was a period where it was like touch and go, maybe we'll go. But the truth of the matter is, as I'm saying a lot to people, I'm an independent filmmaker. I don't have any money.
Right.
The New York thing lined up bam. It just lined up so quickly. It was just...
And when you have that opportunity, you got to do it.
We had to grab it. We had to grab it.
Yeah, and so it made sense.
Yeah.
So we rolled into the New York thing, but it was very fun to watch. We've done the Philly Babble-on thing. I would love to do it again.
I did it last year, too.
Oh, my God. Philly Babble-on's the best.
I can't wait until this film is out of our hair, sort of, as a speak, or at least, not a cost anymore. So,
well, it's a cost of time.
Yeah.
Certain, events that we miss. It's just now it's become, not that it's not great, but... And it's become...
Actually, if you listen to last week's show, which hasn't dropped yet, which will drop tonight.
Oh, okay.
We commiserate with filmmaker
Lisa
Downs.
Really?
From Life After Flash. She's
just
getting to the point now where she's putting out her movie.
Oh.
And we were able to help her hook up with Kevin and that crew.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we don't really know the outcome of it.
Yeah, we don't know the ultimate end, but they're having a private screening in L.A.
Steve's got the best laugh.
Yes.
Let's just say that.
I don't know.
All right, so we're back. We have a little bit of water, and I have my coffee, and we can now discuss your Philly experience, sir. So when did you get to Philly? Was it Friday?
Yeah, so I left Buffalo, New York at 5:45 in the morning.
Wow.
And drove straight to the Philly airport because I knew Jimmy was coming in, Big Daddy Jimmy V.
Oh, so you were picking him up.
I picked him up from the Philly airport. So I was just like, I'm like, you know what? He could have stopped somewhere closer because I had to go this way anyway. It would have been easier. Yeah. And I wouldn't be bored out of my mind driving for like 6 hours. But I picked him up from the airport.
He picked me up in L.A., right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
he did because we were talking about it.
Yeah. And his little green car.
Yes, we love that thing.
Yeah, and then we got to the hotel, and Afterburn 739 was there. Like almost everybody, it was awesome.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it was cool. And
so,
then,
like, where'd you guys stay? Like, what was the layout of? Who was sleeping where? How was that working?
So we had.
Where were you podcasting?
Yeah, we had the Hilton Garden Inn.
Okay.
In someplace, I don't know. It's on Afterburn show. They
Gotcha.
do a shout out to them. But it was a nice Hilton, and not Storm Raven, Big Daddy Jimmy V and Leo from Afterburn are both Diamond members for Hilton.
There you go.
There you go.
So first night we're just like, all right, cool. Let's prep ourselves for the show, which means they all bring out their coolers and start having drinks. And I'm just like, I'm gonna go outside and prep for the show. So I went outside and taken one of those words.
I don't know what you're talking about, but yeah.
That word. So I enjoyed myself outside, came in, had a few drinks,
gotcha.
Got ready for the show.
You vaped.
Yeah, I vaped. I vaped like crazy this weekend. But I had tickets for the early show. So out of all 9 of us, 4 of us had the early show one. So it was me, Storm Raven, Big Daddy Jimmy V, and Mike Driscoll all went to the early Babble-on show. And it was cool because there's people there who knew we were coming. They wanted to meet us.
That is so cool.
This is strange.
That's awesome.
I was literally like, yeah, we got to see you. Want to give you a hug? I'm like, this is freaking awesome.
Totally
I was like,
cool.
I'll wear my Midnight Smoke jersey from the Golgothan team. I was like, yeah. So I got a bunch of hugs and stuff. We walked in. The people at the club were amazing. They knew we were coming, which was awesome. Jimmy got a hold of Gabby there in the area, and they hooked us up to give us VIP. We went right through the lines.
Oh, there you go.
Yes.
Hooked us up with a private booth in the back. We had a private bartender and stuff.
Wow.
It was amazing. And then they said, you know what? You guys are here for the next show. Just leave all your stuff here. We'll take care of it and stuff. I'm like, all right.
Nice.
Yeah, but,
sweet.
Yeah, the first show was great. It was amazing energy. The place lit up. I mean, we're in Philly, and that's where Ralph's from. So
yes.
Right.
It was huge. It was loud. I wrote in a shout out, which was amazing. It was cool. I can't remember for the life of me what I wrote, but it had something to do with I'm here with a group of podcasters from all around the country right now, and we all follow Kevin Smith's Why Not philosophy. So much so that I have it tattooed on my arm, and so I had it there.
Yeah.
And then I listed off the people who were there. It was like Storm, Big Daddy, Driscoll, and myself, and we used our names. So I was like, yeah, Midnight Smoke, Storm Raven, Big Daddy Jimmy V, and Kevin knows all the names right away. Yeah. Kevin's like, oh shit, yeah, I know, you know him. Kevin's like, oh shit, you flew here from freaking LA to see the show to go back to LA? And then he's like, and Mike Driscoll, and then he starts ragging on Mike Driscoll. Like, Rel starts going on, and it was awesome. He's like, why do these guys all got cool names? What are you, like the bus driver or something?
He's that something guy on Twitter, isn't he? What's the name of him?
He changed his the Education PI or something.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like that something guy. That CG guy or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if it's wrong.
No. It was cool because like they did the shout out and they were all like really cool with it and stuff, and they threw my tattoo up on the big screen and stuff.
Oh my god, that's so cool!
Yeah, and and awesome. I asked them, I was like, yeah, we need to know what to do before the rest of our podcast crew gets here for the second show. We'd like to have Sexy Kev what you could do. So he went on to his thing.
Kev.
It was awesome.
Oh.
Yeah,
Sexy Kev?
I'm sure he had a lot of advice for you to do.
It was pretty cool. Yeah, 4 guys in a booth and VIP. Yeah.
There's a lot you can do.
How long was the first show?
First show, it started like 10 minutes late, which wasn't bad. So I think it went almost exactly 2 hours, if not a little less, because it was an interruption during the first show.
Oh,
were they shooting video?
No, this guy, like, they did a wedding at the first show.
Okay.
Awesome.
Oh, cool.
Beautiful, gorgeous. Like, it was amazing. And it was funny because, like, there was two people who both sent in shout-outs.
Yeah.
One was trying to get a wedding, and the other one was doing something else, but both the male and female names were the same, so the one guy's like, oh, no, we're not getting married. He's like, it's not for us.
It's like, wait, wrong.
That's weird.
But it was cool. So
Crossover.
Yeah, the first wedding was great, and right at the end of shout-outs, you're going to go into the next segment, some dude just stands up, and is like, hey, and he starts yelling stuff. I'm like, what? And he's
like drunk?
We thought he was pretty drunk.
Oh, no.
But he was like, I'm a best man to this man here, and you promised that we would do the wedding. And, like, he started going off. And and Ralph starts getting, like, instantly. He's just like, I'm going to fucking kill you.
Security.
Yeah. I was waiting. I was like, oh, this guy's getting kicked out. But Kevin diffused it really quick.
Really?
Kevin's like, dude, oh, sorry. Well, I just want to make sure we're not miscommunicating. And we're like, what happened? He said he met him at the con, said he was going to be here. Never wrote in an email, never said which show they were going to. So they would have no idea they were going to do this.
The communication.
Yeah, there was. They didn't. He just said word of mouth at a con, or
and
something.
you got to do it like timely.
Yeah.
You have to send the email in timely.
Yeah, you want to do it early.
Yeah,
and he didn't even send the email.
No.
Like he didn't do anything.
No.
So he's like, I'll tell you what, we can't do it now. We're on a schedule. We'll take care of you at the beginning of the next show if you're here. And he's like, yeah, we're here for the next one. He's like, okay. So it stopped the show. It got quiet.
Kevin is a master.
He was good.
I know.
Because his face, I'm just like, oh shit,
wow.
Dude,
The fact that he would do that.
Which was cool.
A lot of people wouldn't even bother.
No, wouldn't even attempt.
Disturbance out.
Exactly. And he was, the whole place just got quiet.
I mean, someone sneezes in the audience and he stops us and says, God bless you. I mean, come on. This is the dude we're talking about.
Exactly.
Every time.
He's
If 12
amazing.
people sneeze, he's saying it to every person.
And I've seen that. I've seen it too. I've seen him like there. I've seen people that really look like, okay, this person is not on their medication kind of person.
Yeah.
And like Kevin, and you could see the audience getting exasperated, and yet Kevin,
but he doesn't.
Kevin will keep his cool and ride that guy into a safer zone before moving on.
No, I'm going to take a little break. I'll be back.
Okay. Oh yes, Gene has to go get our daughter, or go drop our daughter at work or something like that.
Nobody loves me anyway.
We'll miss you, sweetie.
We will. Bye.
Everybody misses you. Everybody loves you. You know that. She's like, me. You have a nice ass, sweetie. I will. Whatever you offer, I will suck.
Heck yeah.
Woo! Anyway.
Yeah, the first show, it went great, and then I had to go to the bathroom during one of the things. I'm like, oh, I don't care. I already knew what was happening. I think it was like Tinseltown Stiffs or something. Yeah. So,
Stiffs. They will be missed. Do you remember there used to be another one?
There was.
Dude,
it sounded messed up, too.
Yeah, when you go back, it's like, ooh,
oh, shit.
God, all
like
this negative. Yeah, we're happy people died. Kevin was like, why are we doing this?
It's freaking awesome.
Yes. Anyway.
I went to go to the bathroom. I was like, all right, cool. And I was like, let me step outside because Afterburn messaged saying they were there. So I walk out and they're at the bar having a drink. And I'm like, cool shit. Everybody's here. I was like, don't go anywhere. We got VIP. They're hooking us up. You're going to get a special tag and all. He's like, cool. I was like, we're almost done in there anyway. We'll come out and meet you out here. So we finished the show. We tell the dude, it's like, yo, we're going to pay at the Yanks. We're going to be here for the next one. He's like, cool. No problem. I got you. And we went outside. I went out to smoke and they all got drinks and stuff. And
so did someone get married at the second show? And how are they doing that? Did they give you any idea? Are they going to cut the two shows together?
I have I don't think they're going to cut them together.
And there you go. You have a show wherein there's a problem. So do they just say up?
Cut it out. That's what I'm wondering. Which would suck because I was like, oh shit, my shout out's in the fucking first one.
Yeah, exactly. So, or do they piece it together? Is it like, hey, let's take the best of?
Right. I'm hoping they just cut that one section out.
Yeah.
Or at the same time, who knows? They might leave it in like they did with that one dude they kicked out at that Improv. I think it was.
But I don't know if they were. It's not like they were always doing multiple shows.
That's true.
So now we're in an interesting zone.
We think the one he's going to release for sure is definitely going to be the second one because that's the one where his friends and stuff were there.
Okay.
Like people from schools and stuff around.
Oh,
were there.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
That one's going to get aired, I guarantee.
Yeah.
And it's okay because...
They'll probably drop first.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. And they'll use the others as a backup or if they don't do a Babble-on or something.
Think about it. They dropped an older show somewhat recently.
You're right. They did.
Yeah.
Because I was confused. I was like, wait a minute. Okay. Am I hearing this right?
What'd you say, sweetie?
Do you have the car key?
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Not a problem.
Sorry.
It's okay.
This is podcasting.
This is podcasting. Yes.
We went outside, met with them, told them we got VIP, and then and then we were getting all ready to go back in, and Jen Schmidt shows up, and she's been following me on Twitter. We've been talking back and forth on Twitter, and I gave her a big hug and shit once we found her. I was like, you can chill with us over here in our area, so we're not in the crowded area. She was there
I know who that is, but not. But I don't. I have to go. I have to actually go look at the account for it to register. But I know the name. You know.
Yeah.
It's that kind of thing. It's like shit. I gotta look it up.
She's freaking awesome. She's an aunt. She's a huge babble. She took pictures with Kevin.
Yeah.
I think after the first show.
There you go.
Or something. But yeah, it was cool. Second show again. It started with that wedding that dude wanted just to appease him. Get him calmed down so he doesn't start some shit. Pretty much.
Yes.
And then. We didn't get any of our shout-outs for the second one, which is cool, because they did a bunch of other things, which was really neat, which you guys will hear, I'm sure. And then we got, I can't remember what segment it is, but Mike Driscoll submitted something, man. And then Kevin goes through with Ralph and rename all of us again in the second show.
That's awesome.
Which is cool.
So it's still there. The shout-out's kind of there.
It's still there in a different segment. So I was like, okay. And then they started ragging on Driscoll again.
They warmed up in the first set. Now they could really sink their teeth in.
It was fun, man. It was so much fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
I'm sorry we missed it. I really am.
Yeah,
it's like,
it would have been so
great. It's like it's that bittersweet pain when you see all your friends are having a good time at a show and you're not there.
And you're just like, this sucks.
Maybe I should have went after all. But in the end, everything works out how it's supposed to happen.
Exactly.
And hey. You're here.
Hell yeah, dude!
Awesome,
this is amazing.
I don't know that I would be in any shape to have you here if we'd been there. I've just been driven home like fuck that. You don't want to
I don't want to do that. But no, it was cool. Unfortunately, we didn't get to hang out with Kevin or Ralph. We were hoping to because I was like, I'm going to get my Golgothan jersey signed, so when I'm playing in it next year, I have it signed and all that.
Apparently, he was there.
I missed him by a half hour.
Okay, I want to see where these were coming.
Oh, okay.
I realized
something was coming out.
This should be up because then we can hear.
There you go.
Hey,
nice.
There we go. All right. Sounds are in the house. Hey, I'm catching up. It's very early. It's very early
it
into
was
that
very
game.
early to do this. My fault. But yeah,
it's an honor. It really is an honor to have you.
Thank you. No, it's an honor to be here, man. This is awesome.
You're like my audience. So you're like my mental audience. Is Midnight Smoke going to get this joke?
Right. Call back to man, what movie?
What would Midnight Smoke do in this situation?
I don't know if you want to be asking yourself that. You might get yourself hurt yourself.
I do have to ask, what would Kevin do from time to time? Just because I want to make sure I'm like it got weird with this Weinstein shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and I was so glad to see him take stances that he did. But yeah, exactly. I was so glad to see the way he reacted to that.
Dude, I almost cried.
It's just I
was like, dude. I mean, it's just so much pure like love there,
and like I got it because think about it. He's like this guy now who goes, do it, go out there and start a podcast, make a movie, chase your dreams, and hook up with a sex offender, and your life will too be complete. I mean, that's how he hears it now,
right?
You know what I mean?
Which he has no reason to
exactly
know,
because he did the work.
Yeah.
He did the work. He He has no claim over. It's like Weinstein was a patron. He's the old patron. The old days. So, but Kevin wrote the scripts. He directed the movies. And actually, if you read Tough Shit, I stand by this.
Of course, I do.
If you read Tough Shit, every time Weinstein gave fucking Kevin some advice, it was bad.
Yeah,
it was bad advice. It was always bad advice. So. I mean, good riddance to bad baggage.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? It's gone. It's out of there. Never have to deal with it again. So.
Yeah. And he had cut ties with the guy beforehand. But it was also weird because that morning was the Q&A related to the...
At the college, right?
No, AMC. The AMC thing at New York City Comic Con.
That's where it was, yeah.
And it was weird because someone asked about Dogman not being available. And ironically, he said, actually the people... Harvey and Bob actually own that outright because of all that religious shit.
Yep. So that Disney wouldn't have it.
They bought it. So it wasn't Disney, and they gave it to Lionsgate, I think, to release.
Yep.
And so he said recently Harvey Weinstein had talked to Kevin about possibly doing a sequel, and to which Kevin said, no more religious movies. I'm sick of all the controversy. All the bullshit. So. Yeah, but it was so weird that was the morning that the Weinstein shit broke, And I think Kevin was aware of that because when he said Weinstein's name, he said it with this kind of like, Harvey Weinstein guy.
Yeah, like nothing like he ever said it before.
Yeah, like, oh my God. Well, it was like, oh boy, that Weinstein. Oh boy. And it really hadn't blown up yet, but it was just about to.
Right,
so,
yeah, and I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, it was just so ironic. And then, like, next thing you know, it's like, do you want to comment about this? But yeah, for him to give money to charity,
that's just amazing.
He's a mensch. He's a good guy. And,
he's an amazing guy,
and he gets it. He gets it. Like I can't sit with this. This can't sit with me.
Right. And like I said, he doesn't need to do it, but he wants to. I know he feels bad. He shouldn't.
Yeah. Nah, what he's doing is
it's a good thing. He's able to do it, so he's doing it.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And there was a bit of like people were like, "Is it 2002 or is it?" It's like. It's $2,000 plus whatever his residuals are.
Like, and it shouldn't matter the amount. It's like he's trying to do something good. Who cares what the amount is,
You're gonna split hairs with the dude.
Yeah, it's like, come on.
Are you going to be giving $2,000 once a month for the rest of your life?
Yeah, it's like, don't critique him on doing a good deed. It's fucked up.
Even if he only does it like 10 years of his life.
Shit, if he only did it like for a 1 year, like that's a lot of money.
Exactly. It's nobody's fucking business.
No,
and that's why charity should be no one's business.
Yeah.
That's actually supposed to be the root of charity because one of the hardest things...
Oh, God, yeah.
One of the hardest things to do is do something nice for somebody secretly. So, like, they themselves don't know you did it and don't tell anyone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
That is a very hard thing to do.
It really is, especially nowadays with everything online. Everybody's posting stuff. Everybody's videoing it. Yes. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like the videos. It's nice. It's cool. But I'm like, are you doing this to be nice or are you doing it just to get your views and shit up?
Everybody...
And don't get me wrong, I do stupid shit all the time to get my views up.
Everybody has. If you're in this, you're doing it for two reasons. You're doing it because one, you do want. Hey, dig me. There's a little bit of that.
Yeah, there is. There definitely is.
I'm a performer. This is a performance of sort.
Yeah, it's like I'm a clown. Laugh at me.
Exactly. Exactly. This is my interesting life. Yeah. I'm sharing it with you, and So yeah, there's always going to be an element of that.
Oh, yeah,
and so if you think that is disingenuous. Well, then there's nothing we can do to. I mean, obviously, someone who goes on the internet or whatever and medium talks about themselves is a bit obsessed.
Oh yeah, it's true. Like every podcaster is, everybody to a certain extent.
But I know that I personally look for ways to give back or do things for others. I can't always do it the same way that other people expect it. I can't, but I'm always looking for something, whether it's. Hooking filmmakers up or whether it's, whatever I can do to try and
Here's the whole thing, too. You don't even have to do all that. You're already, like, helping people out by doing the show, too. It gives them free content that a lot of the stuff you talk about is not just funny and stuff, but you got some serious stuff in it, like your other show.
I love the other show.
I love your other show
so
much.
That's a labor of love, and we're behind. We have a show that we just have to put out, which is basically, if you heard if you heard one of our shows here, you know it, but there'll be extra stuff. We promise. Some great tales from the date will be coming up soon.
But it's amazing because I was like, you know what? That opened up a lot of shit in my mind listening to it. I'm like, holy fuck, that's cool.
The show has opened. It's allowed me to become the person I was supposed to be. Is the best way to put it. Because I don't have to live in a fucking shadow. I don't have to pretend to be something I'm not. And we can be the people we are and show people out there that it's not all that weird.
Yeah, it's not. There's nothing.
It's actually kind of healthy.
Yeah, and especially mentally healthy.
The communication level goes way up. I mean, we have our moments. We're both fucking sick people. But, I would say that we have a very solid foundation. Like I'm not worried about Jean going anywhere.
Right.
And I don't think she's worried about me going anywhere anytime soon.
No, exactly, dude. And that show right there affected a whole bunch of other people. And that show wouldn't have started if you didn't start this one. If you didn't promote yourself to get this one to that point, you wouldn't have gone on to this.
Yeah.
So now you're helping people in a different way too.
I have to say, it took a little bit of to figure out what the right balance was.
Right.
And it kind of fucked us up. This show suffered as a result because we were like, we got to do both. And we crippled ourselves somehow. But we figured it out.
Yeah. No,
we're going to keep that as the labor of love. Something we do. We're not necessarily going to have to, it needs commercials. Oh, it needs this. Oh,
like we have to have on this schedule. We got to do it this every time.
We're just trying to have a good guest once a month.
Yeah.
And at least get that out. We'll probably do 2 this month because I'm about to drop the other one and blah, 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 blah.
You drop it like
bowing.
as we're going, so I can download it before I take off and shit.
Probably not.
Damn.
But the show that we're dropping with Lisa Downs today, you'll probably really like. I mean, if you like Flash Gordon, the movie, then you'll like it because that's what she's been doing. Dude, the interview is not good enough because most of the time I'm commiserating about being, the whole documentary experience. However, she talks about fucking interviewing Brian May.
Yes.
Going to Brian May's house to interview him.
Dude, how cool that would fucking be.
It was awesome. And it's funny because I keep referring to Kevin as Kevin.
Right.
And
you don't think about it because you're so used to it now.
Yeah, and she keeps like getting a goof on that. So by the end of the interview, she's like, and so when I'm at Bry's house.
Yep, see? It's like it happens to you too.
She's British. She was definitely mocking me. And that's she's got that great British accent.
Yeah. Oh, freak, that's awesome. I can't wait to hear this.
Yeah, she's a good interview. And I really hope that happens.
All right, we want to take a moment to talk about Death Wish Coffee. That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, do yourself a favor and get over to deathwishcoffee.com. And there you can buy the strongest coffee known to man without a prescription.
The world's strongest coffee ever.
Yes, as proudly displayed on my wife's sweatshirt over there.
Yes, on my body, on my mug,
yes,
on my K-cups.
Yes, and you'll know them by their telling sign of the skull and crossbones.
It's
that tells
so
you
good.
Exactly what you're in for. It's that used to be the international symbol for poison, but now it is the symbol for good damn coffee.
It's awesome. Without milk, with milk, you don't really need it because it's strong.
But
it's
not bitter?
Not bitter. So you don't even need milk. You don't even need sugar, but you can add it if you'd like. It's just really, really the perfect, strongest, most awesome coffee.
Become a junkie of Death Wish. DeathWishCoffee.com. Thank you very much.
Enjoy it.
And be sure to get 10% off your order at www.deathwishcoffee.com when you use the code ThatMan. That's one word, conjunctified, all caps. ThatMan for 10% off your orders at deathwishcoffee.com.
I want to take this time to mention to you www.audibletrial.com/ThatManOnFatman. That's right, www.audibletrial.com/ThatManOnFatman. That's one word, conjunctified. Go there, sign up for your free 30-day free trial. Sign up, get a free book, a free audio book, because you don't have to go through no tedious reading. You don't have to turn no fucking pages. You don't have to do any of that bullshit. You get in your car, you put on your headphones, and you are listening to a book. You're taking a magical journey into a fictitious land. You're expanding your mind, all when you're stuck in traffic. Fucking amazing. Audiobooks. These are the wave of the future. And you can get in for free for 30 days. A free trial. And when you get your free trial, you can download a copy of Tough Shit by our Savior, Kevin Smith. That's right. Our Lord and Savior, Kevin Smith, has left words for us to follow in our lives. And we can get it for free just by signing up to audibletrial.com/ThatManOnFatman. That's right. audibletrial.com/ThatManOnFatman. Thank you. Please sign up. You'll be very happy you did.
We're back now that all the off-mic stuff is being discussed. All the inside details.
Yeah, you can't tell anybody all my secrets I just told you.
I'm
just
sorry.
So you know.
But after they're all come to fruition, we'll be able to talk about all the dirt, so all the inside scoop.
Exactly.
So yeah, so that's what's been going on my end. Nice. So the second show
went good.
Did it go longer?
It did.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. Everybody,
as
a fan,
you always got to do
like
the second show. If you have the option only choosing one of them, always choose the second. One, Ralph's already had a few drinks in him. Kevin's had a few joints.
Any of Kevin's shows, because it's just now there's no more cap. You know what I mean? He doesn't have another show up against it to.
You don't have anything.
Should he choose to go 4 hours?
He could.
You're there.
Yeah, but it was cool. Like the second one started 5 minutes late. Again, just like the first, I'm like, these guys were on time. It was like I've never seen them on time for anything else in my life. I'm like, holy shit, this is starting now. I was gonna go out and smoke more. I know, I heard it because I was walking out because I was like, oh, I'm gonna go smoke real quick. It'll take me like 5 minutes. I'll come back, and I'm just like, oh, music. Nope.
Hollywood Babble-on.
Oh, it was cool. But
how big was the house?
It was pretty big, man.
Because I remember when I saw them, it was like a theater-sized gig.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, they had the stage and they had the little projector come down, and it was
okay. Yeah,
a really good-sized theater.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, it was pretty badass.
I'm sure he filled it.
Oh yeah, it was filled. Like there was everybody in
They said sold out, and then like at the last minute, they're like, we still have a few seats.
Oh, that's the name of the show. Sold Out / Hollywood Babble-on.
That's
how they get it to say it's sold out. Now. They'll say it in the show if it actually does sell out. Kevin will say, "Hey, thank you for selling us out again," or whatever.
That's such
but if he doesn't say it, because it's
well, whatever. That's part of the reason we sort of like, well, should we go? Well, sold out. Now there's no real reason to go.
Right.
Might have worked against him on that point.
Yeah, I think the second show went to like 12:30 or 12:40 or something.
And but they'll be here in New York in just a few days.
Yeah, and Kevin had another show yesterday. He had
DC?
No, in Philly still.
Oh wow!
He had an evening with.
That's okay.
And I was like, nah. I mean, we wanted to hang out with Philly because we all never actually spent a lot of time here. Like I've been here, but or there.
Yeah.
So we're like,
I saw
we're gonna do that.
Did you go to the? I saw a picture. I wasn't sure that I saw you in it. Maybe you took it. Of the guys in front of the
statue?
In front of the statue?
Yeah, I took that picture
in
front of the Rocky statue, which is down the stairs now into the, if you're looking at the museum, it's to the right.
It's not where it used to be.
No, it's not up on top at all anymore. Like, it was funny, we parked and we started walking.
Why is this up on top of the stairs? I mean, I get that he ran up here in the movie and everything, but really?
Well, it was also
a little gaudy.
We parked, and like two of the museum curators parked right by us, and we were all walking. And we're talking. And there's like a group of 8 of us, and then them, or 9 of us, and we're walking through. And
she's like, "Take them down."
Yeah, right. She's like, and they were a really nice old lady. They were like in their 70s or something. They were awesome.
Take them down.
But they're like, "Are you going?"
Kevin Smith fans.
Right? Oh no, we don't want them. I didn't wear the jersey. I was safe. No. But they're like, "Are you going here just to see the statue? You going up the stairs and that?" And they're like, "Well, we want to see the statue. We just want to go check the stairs, but then we're going to head out and go somewhere else." She's like, "Well, the statue's on the bottom, but if you walk up this way, you don't have to walk up all these other stairs to walk down those other ones." I'm like, "Oh, we'll go the easy way." So she told us the back way.
You didn't hear that playing in your head? You didn't be like, I'm not charged up?
We did. Well, actually, when we got down.
I heard that back when we were at the fucking waterfall.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, it was cool. We got to the bottom of the stairs. We took a bunch of pictures of the museum. And then Big Daddy Jamie V started videoing him running up the stairs, and then Leo had it on Periscope from Afterburn.
There you go.
He ran up to the top.
Yeah, I
and ran
saw
down.
a lot of fucking Periscope videos going up.
There was supposed to be more, but I kept forgetting to do it.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
I'm just like, I'm gonna Periscope this whole weekend. I do like one video at the beginning, and I forget the rest of it.
Ironically, it's like, a good thing I'm the director and not the guy with the camera. You know what I mean? Because I'm too into things.
Yeah.
To be like, oh, now let me get the fucking camera too.
Right? It's like, I'm going to get ice cream instead.
Someone else shoot this.
Right? But we went around downtown, checked a couple historic things, Liberty Bell, and that. We drove by it. There was a huge
And
line.
I debated whether doing video because you were here, but ultimately...
They don't need to see this, man. It's all good.
And plus I have to pull the curtains. It gets really hot in here. It's stuffy. So you're better. Trust me, you're better off just doing the...
Right.
Plus, we were just talking. I'm like, well, let me just hit record.
Yeah, it's like, this is easy. But, after that, we went to, I guess, Ralph's favorite dive bar.
Oh,
so all of us rolled into there.
Was Ralph there?
No, unfortunately. He recommended this place, so we went there.
Well, this is the next day, right?
Yeah, this is... Oh, shoot. Yeah, this is the day after.
Was there like a night after? Did you guys do a party after with Ralph or anything?
Unfortunately, we couldn't meet up with them. They took off like right after because we settled the bill and the other guys went outside to see.
There is a bit of... Here's the irony about it. It's like... It's like after the show, you want to hang out and party with them.
Right.
But after you do a show, you don't want to fucking party with anybody.
Exactly. The lights are on you. You've been performing the entire time, and they did 2 sets.
Tired, and you want to go home.
Yep, exactly. So it was like we understood. We didn't care. We were like, we'll try if they're there. Cool. If not, no big deal.
But of the two of them, Ralph would be more likely the one.
Yeah.
Who'd want to hang.
Yeah.
Just because again, Kevin's putting a lot into his performance and shit, and he's just like drained.
Yeah, exactly.
And I've seen him after.
Yeah, and it's understandable. It's like, that's cool, dude. That's why we were like, whatever, we're going to party anyway. So we went back to the hotel, and oh, man, we freaking drank so much
Poor
stuff.
guy. Gives too.
I know.
But anyway.
Yeah, it was cool. We all hung out in the lobby downstairs. Well, we started up in Kitty and Leo's room. They had an adjoining room with the other part of Afterburn.
Okay.
And then no more than like 5 minutes after setting up all the drinks, getting ready, manager comes up. You guys are being way too loud. I'm like, we haven't even started drinking. I mean, we drank at the club and all that. We Ubered back. But I'm like, we haven't started drinking here yet. Wow. He's like, you have two options. I'm like, fuck, he's going to call the cops. That's the first thing that came to my mind. He's like, you can either be more quiet, and here's what I'm waiting for. I'm going to call security or something. He's like, or you can come down to the lobby, bring your drinks down there, and just party down in the lobby. Because they knew we were doing all this shit. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, you guys can record down there if you want to record and stuff. I'm like, shit, okay.
There you go.
So Leo's got audio. I have no idea what happened the rest of the night.
So it could be as crazy as you wanted in the lobby.
Yeah, it was because the rooms for this hotel were so far back in it. The lobby was huge. They had a bar in the lobby, a kitchen in there, and all that.
Cool.
For cooks. So
whatever works.
We could be loud, and then the doors are right there, so I can go out and enjoy myself.
Podcasting lobby.
It was cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm still not projecting into my mic. Your mic's doing awesome.
So you sound good over here, but I don't know if
it's probably me. Yeah, me not hearing myself. Yeah. I can't hear myself. I'm in a tunnel.
Right? It's like, oh my god, it's not working this whole time.
So you saw the Philly? Did you do the Bell? Did you do the Liberty Bell?
We drove by. There was too big of a line, so we were like, you know what?
Liberty Bell.
And I'm like, I don't really care. I was hungry.
It's cracked. It broke. Yeah. What do we care?
We saw the Rocky statue, and I'm like, let's go drink.
I get more into the Ben Franklin thing when I'm in Philly.
Oh,
so I want to do anything that's associated with Ben Franklin. I'll go and do. So I'll go look at the frame of the house that was once his house,
right?
And shit like that.
Oh, there was some cool shit there. I was just driving through, but again, it was Saturday, and there was people everywhere.
Yeah.
So we're like, you know what? Let's just go. Let's go to the bar. We'll go to the dive bar, and then we'll go hit up Jim's Steak, which myself and Jimmy went after I picked him up from the airport. So we already went there, hit it before anybody else could. We're like, no, we're going now, and that was awesome.
I mean, when we saw Fish there, that's like the first time we did the Philly thing.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, the next day we'll just do Philly.
Mm-hmm.
And we did.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
That was cool. Yeah. When we went to the dive bar, and there was two other couples there. Another couple had to be in their 50s or 60s, and then another younger couple. And Leo goes in and starts strike up conversation with the younger ones right away. And she's like, yeah. And he's like, where are you from? And then the girl goes, from Western New York. Or no, upstate New York. I'm like, wait a minute, what?
Hey.
and then Leo, because he used to live near me a little bit, and he's like, well, I'm from Ohio, and Midnight Smoke over there, he's from Buffalo. And she's like, holy shit, I know people. I was like, this is awesome. And at that point, we took the bar over. Leo grabbed the jukebox app, started playing a whole bunch of classic rock, a whole bunch of cool stuff. The bartender was okay, but she hooked us up with a lot of drinks, and we ended up just drinking there and partying there for 3 or 4 hours. And then we went back to the hotel and freaking started setting up the recording.
Awesome.
Yeah.
How long was the recording, and how much do you think will actually make it to the show?
A good call.
Because if it's anything like the fucking Vegas experience.
Pretty much the same thing. I think we actually on record 4 hours and something minutes. I think it's going to be either 2 1.5-hour shows or 1 2-hour show. It was nuts, dude. It was, I mean, you got that many people, that many podcasters in one room, and they gave us the VIP treatment on top of it. So we're like, here's a private room. Here's the TV. Here's the HDMI. There's the lights. You want drinks. You want pads of paper. I mean, they hooked us up. They gave us free snacks. I went to go get snacks after our first break. I'm like, I need munchies, dude. I need something to eat now. And I ran back there and I grabbed a couple bags for $4 for a little bag because
you're reminding me to take a sip of water.
Yeah, just keep doing it. And she's like, you know what? You're good. I'm like, no, here, let me pay for this. She's like, no, you've hooked us because I was tipping all weekend to the managers and stuff. I'm like, oh, you're awesome. You're hooking us up. And so she's like, no, just take whatever snacks you want.
You are in the service industry, so you get it, too.
Yeah. So you gotta give back to people.
You do the wine thing.
Exactly.
You're a wine. What's the word for wine? It's like a certain word, isn't it?
Aficionado? That's not me. I don't know shit about wine.
No. I thought they had different words. Like I'm a taster, and the taster word is this, and I thought you guys all had new names for each other.
I know. I'm just a bartender at the winery. I mean, that's what I do. I just tend the bar.
Oh, come on! I've heard you talk wine on the side. Who are you kidding?
I just make shit up, and it's like, what does this person seem like they'd like? Okay, I'm going to say this. Hey, sell this one.
He's a Beaujolais kind of man. I bet you like a nice Beaujolais.
But yeah, it was cool. So we recorded 4 hours or something. We took 4 breaks though. It was we needed because we were sitting down. It was cool, but it's I'm going back outside again. I need to prime myself or something, or we need to get more drinks. So, but it was cool. We got done recording, and then we hung out until, I guess it was 1 o'clock technically because the clock came back, so it was like 2 a.m. And I'm like, I got to be up in like 3 hours to take Jimmy to the airport, so I got to go to bed, guys. And they're like, we're going to bed too. I'm like, that's a good call.
So that was last night?
Yeah, it was last night.
So you went to bed at like, well...
It was 1 o'clock after the time
You got an extra hour.
Yeah, so I got about 3-4 hours of sleep.
I got an extra hour partying done. And then I got 3 hours sleep.
Because they were like, Leo's like, do you want to hang out more? Like, do you want to go to bed because you got to get up earlier than us? And I'm like, well, technically I have another hour. And he starts laughing. He's like, okay.
What would you say is your favorite moment of the entire weekend?
Oh, my God. Probably... I think the shout-outs at the shows, but they're combined just because only half of us were there for the first show.
Yeah.
So that experience and having my tat up on the screen was freaking awesome. I was like, this is bad.
Did they show the tat the second time?
No, just the first time. But I was like, you know what? That's fucking cool. So I was happy. And
again, like you're saying, it seems like now they're using the other Babble shows as filler. So there's a chance it still may pop
might
up
later on or something. But if not, you know what? It was there. It happened when I was there, and that's all I cared about. They didn't do one of my writing things when I wasn't there. And then the other half with Afterburn and the rest of the crew was there, like the shout out thing, and then him making fun of Mike Driscoll just made my day. Yeah, both shows because I rag on that kid all the time.
So here's what's next. What's next for you guys?
What's next? Oh, jeez.
What's next for the show?
For Mr. BS show?
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, we took a break for a while after our con this year. We needed to recharge and stuff. I hosted a show myself, which was way off the rails because I have like no attention span and my memory's garbage. So Matt had to take off to go out of the state. So he set up the recording and then took off, and then it's just Ryan and me, and then him doing a soundboard Leroy was doing a soundboard remotely. So he had no mic set up or anything, so he couldn't communicating us with the soundboard and shit.
But I see you guys drop pretty regular.
Every week. We haven't missed a week since we started.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 111 episodes. We have never missed a week.
Yeah.
So we're doing pretty good.
So how could you have taken a break?
He took a break.
Oh, okay.
The show didn't.
Gotcha.
And usually if we do take like a vacation or whatever, we still get together and record. We don't do them live.
Yeah.
So the live shows went good for a really long time with the exception of the quality. The sound quality started to get sketchy.
Yeah, we've tried some of the fun. Yeah, and that's what I noticed.
Yeah, we did it for like 4 months, and it was great.
I don't have a fucking server. I'm not a fucking, so.
Right. Well, and the problem for us is those two are in Colorado. I'm in New York. So we have that on top of trying to record.
It doesn't
with this
matter.
program.
It's just, I'm here. The internet is there.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, you're always going to hit lag somewhere. And I have fucking Verizon, so I got fiber to the house.
Right.
So
it's still
exactly. There's still going to be lag. I mean, I could pay more and throttle it open.
Yeah,
more,
but why?
Exactly,
because you're going to have some form of lag.
Yeah.
And with doing it live, it cut the quality down. So we're like, you know what? Let's not do live show because we did those.
It takes the pressure off too. It's like if you fuck up, it's like, oh, well,
which helps.
Hey,
a lot.
we didn't say anything libel today.
I know and that was another scary thing because again, I say stupid shit during the show constantly. So I was
yeah. You learn to self-edit.
You do.
Live.
And I've changed a lot. Like, I don't drink on the show. And if I do, it's very minimal now. Like, I've learned my lesson, so no more of this.
I can honestly say I've never drank on any of my podcasts. Not a single one have I ever been drunk.
But yeah, we cut the live shows a few weeks ago. We're like, we're just going to do our recordings like we do every Tuesday, and then we'll still drop them on Friday. Matt does all the editing still. He still runs the show. We've gotten a little bit more active and everything. We've been on the front page of Stitcher 3 weeks in a row now, I think, 3 or 4. So we've been up there on the What's Hot section every week. And I was like, this is fucking cool.
That's great. Yeah, I saw you guys there. We're on the front page.
Yeah, I was like, this is freaking amazing. I was like, all right, somebody does listen to us. That's kind of nice.
That shit is always great. Affirmation is always great.
Well, it's just nice. Like, okay, I know we're doing it for the few people who listen. That we know we got about a couple hundred.
You have your listeners.
Natural listeners.
Yes.
And then we're like, holy shit, we actually might have more than just these people. We better like step up our game a little bit more too.
I have a mixed feeling about that. There's part of me that, I go through peaks and valleys with that. And right now I'm definitely in a valley. Like, I don't give a shit about numbers or any of that stuff. I just care about putting out good content right now. I'm just in that space. The numbers will take care of themselves. If I put out a good show, it won't matter.
Right.
But then I do go through periods where, what are our numbers? Blah, blah, blah. But I notice whenever I'm in those periods, I'm not my shows aren't as good.
Because you're concentrating on the numbers.
On stupid shit.
And that's what I like what Matt does. He doesn't tell me the numbers unless I ask. And I don't ask. Like, he tells me, like, if we have something like blows, like the one that I hosted, and it was just me and Ryan, and then Leroy on the soundboard, I guess it got one of the highest downloads for that drop day in like 3 or 4 months. He's like, holy crap. He's like, you guys did really, and he told us the numbers. I'm like, oh, shit. I'm like, that's cool, dude. And I'm like, don't tell me that, because I'm going to start getting nervous and stuff. Like, I'm a very shy, well, okay, I'm not really a shy person. Never mind. I was going to say, I was really shy.
I'm really shy, yeah.
No, my shirt comes off a lot when I'm out. And
you don't seem that shy.
Right. But yeah, we're changing the format just slightly, nothing crazy or anything. It's still the three of us just trying to make each other laugh. It's just segmented a lot. Yeah. Everything's still free form. We don't prepare anything. Which, yeah.
That's classic podcasting.
Yeah, well, I don't work really well if I know what's going to happen. I'm more of an improv type person anyway. Yeah. I wouldn't remember.
I believe that at its core, most of podcasting is an improvisational art. I mean,
exactly.
Even if you have,
you can have a structure. Yeah, a structure's fine, but you're not like.
But you're having a conversation, so you can't always dictate.
No, it's not
the
like
terms of a conversation.
Oh, yes, hi, how are you today? You know, you can't.
You could start talking about your nipples. Yeah, and I would just, I guess, have to go with it.
Yeah. Oh, and that reminds me of Mike Driscoll. I hope you like those nipple tassels. I had to get him a sec. I haven't seen him yet.
Right.
First time meeting him face to face, so I had to hook him up with some
I still have
tassels.
those coconuts from the fucking thing.
Do you?
Yeah, somewhere. There's somewhere around here. They haven't made the wall. They probably should be on the wall now that I think about it.
That is freaking
I don't know
great.
why they're not on the wall. But hey, the paintings are up.
Right?
I didn't just hang that. If you go, there's plenty of dust up there to
I was
prove.
thinking, I was like,
there is plenty of dust up there to prove that I didn't just hang that up. Too.
The only reason you were up that as early as I was today, he's like, I gotta find those paintings so I can.
Not at all. No, those are a fixture. And like I said, again, it's pennies, it's trophies, it's
right?
But yeah, and I'm glad that there's dust up there because it will prove it if we go up there and look.
Yes.
I did not just hang that up there. I meticulously sprayed dust on it before he arrived.
I'm like, okay. Yeah,
Casey does the white glove test on it.
It's a can of dust on instead of
And
dust off or
what I'm referring to is there were two paintings that Steve gave us back when it was in Canada.
Canada, yeah.
Yeah, so
that was a couple years ago.
And they were transported back to the U.S. and put on the wall. They've moved on the wall, that's for sure, because we've moved, we've redesigned
things around, yeah.
Yeah, but they've always been up.
That's awesome, man.
Since they made it back here.
See, that's like an honor right here, because this is on your wall in the cave, man. This is awesome.
It's an honor to get. I mean, I'm honored that you gave it to me, so that's why it's up. And it's funny too, because we had someone up over again last night, and it was a meet you greet you, and the one guy picked up on. He's like, "What's that call sheet back there?" Oh, and I'm like, "Oh wow, you know what a call sheet is?" So I'm like, I got to be like, well, I was in this movie.
Yes.
Yeah, so it was really cool.
That's freaking awesome.
It was one of those moments. Right?
Yeah, it's like,
but like if he didn't know what a call sheet was,
you wouldn't have no idea. It's like,
yeah,
what is this, an application for something?
Yeah, exactly. And it's if you really do the detail, I had everyone at the dinner sign
it. Yeah, I can see the signatures on there.
Yeah, so.
That's so awesome.
It was all the people who were in that particular scene and directing and all that shit.
Nice.
Brian O'Halloran is up there. It's when you finally see the scene,
dude. I'm like, when's this thing coming out? I want my damn movie.
It's the Weinstein scene of all things.
Oh God.
Or as they call him, Harvey Wiseman.
Yeah.
Wiseman, not Weinstein.
Not Weinstein.
And there's another podcast starting up. I think it's called Clerks by the Minute.
I thought I heard something about that. I wasn't sure, so I was like, I'm gonna wait. I want to wait.
There's a lot of these by the minute podcasts that are popping up everywhere.
It's nuts. Like I'm subscribed to 40 shows. Like before I was on the Mr.
I used
BS
to be
show,
like that.
Yeah, I was a podcast listener. I wouldn't even say fan. I listened to everybody's things. I was never wanted to do my own show.
It was after having Podcast 101 guy on. He kind of gave me permission to not follow every show on the face of the earth. He was like, dude, if I followed all the people that I had on this show, because that's what my show's about, I wouldn't have any time.
Exactly. So, and it's hard. It's almost like a job in itself.
It really is.
But yeah, I never wanted to really podcast. I just wanted to listen. And then, like, you brought me on your show a couple times.
You got dragged into it.
This is crazy. And I'm like, everybody's inviting me to the shows. And then that's when I joined the Mr. BS show.
But you were fun. That's why, you were fun on Twitter. You were fun to hang out. I mean, you could tell you were just an authentic fan, and you were just a cool guy and was into this. And so, I like that.
Yeah, it's fun. Dude, I love Twitter. I've said this like 40 or 50 times this weekend. And every time we do a
If it wasn't
gathering,
for Twitter, if it wasn't for social media,
none of this would happen.
so much of this would
like, there's a lot of shit that comes out of social media, don't get me wrong, but there's good.
And
this
people
is the
enjoy
good part.
shitting on it, and let's face it, Russia being involved in it probably isn't all that great.
Right? But yeah, the good that comes out of it is, like, we all got to meet each other.
Yeah.
We get to hang out, like, face to face a couple times, and, like, I met Driscoll for the first time.
And even, like, say, just in some, I'm going to be in Austin.
Yeah.
I'm sure I know somebody in Austin. You know what I mean? Or I'm going to be in wherever the fuck. But I'm sure I know somebody through the show, through fucking Twitter, who's there and that I can meet and say, hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
And, you know.
It's the coolest thing. It's like, I'll throw on there, I'm like, hey, I'm going to be in this city on this date. Anybody want to meet up, just talk and chill? Not for that, maybe.
Hey, and you now you're in the VSQ Hockey League.
Yes.
I went down to one of they had a meetup here very recently.
In October. I missed it, dude. I was out of town. I was
you know
so
what
pissed.
sucked? Oh, I wish you would have been there.
I wanted
because
to.
It was like Jean got called in. Well, she had a work conference. It was like the one fucking time.
Are you serious?
She had a training session. It was like, they're finally giving you training on the day So I went down, I hung out, and I just felt like such a fifth wheel. And I moped around and talked to some of the guys hanging out. And I got such a cold that day too.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, that was the day the cold went from, I think I have a stingy thing in the back of my head to, hey, you got a cold, motherfucker.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
So it's right away your
Yay,
mood
Gene's
just
back.
dropped.
Yes.
Woo.
Yes. But it's fine. I'm finally I'm over it now for the most part, except for a little bit of the phlegm globs.
Yeah.
Right, sweetie?
Whatever.
You're the one who gave it to me. You heartless bitch.
But yeah, dude, like meeting everybody online, that's how I got on the VSQ Street Hockey League.
Yeah.
Just talking to those guys, and they're like, well, come on out.
Well, I remember when you were up in Canada, you met fucking Dave Mater.
And he's like, you should play. You play hockey? I'm
Yes.
like, yeah, dude. And he's like, I got a guy who's got a team, and I ended up joining the Golgothans.
So awesome.
Meeting Quigley and all them. Dude, it's everybody.
I love this shit. I love seeing shit like that happen. I love seeing all this stuff happen.
Yep. And now I got Driscoll on the team. I sent him the jersey because he couldn't make it this year. He had some family problems. So he's like, dude, I can't make it. I was like, I already got your jersey, dude. I'll ship it to you. So I shipped it to him and then met him here, and he wore his jersey here. So we went to the show in our jerseys and stuff. It was cool.
I like the jerseys, too. They do a good job.
I love it.
They did this one.
Nice. Yes.
It's my fat. But I've retired it. It's officially hung.
Nice. Yeah, I
don't know why I retired it, but I just decided. I think it was when Kevin went. He said, I'm not doing blue and orange anymore. I said, okay.
So you like put it up there.
I'm retiring it as well.
Yep.
I need a black and red.
Yeah, my first year at the VSQ League as a Golgothan, it was the Alan Rickman tribute jersey because he was part of Dogma. So all of our jerseys have a patch for that year with Alan Rickman on there. It was like, dude, that one I don't wear to play. I played it, of course, that first year, but then it was like, nope, that stays in the closet and some plastic and all that shit. And I got a few signatures on that one. I was hoping to get Kevin and Kevin to sign it, but unfortunately I didn't get to meet up with them.
Well, you want to give it to me?
That'd be cool, man. I'm gonna have to do that.
If you want to,
yeah.
I mean,
I'll yeah.
There's a chance,
dude. There's a chance, please.
There's a slight chance,
please.
I mean,
that would be awesome.
I can't guarantee it, but there's a slight chance.
Yeah, no.
I mean, we're meeting Ralph. I don't know if he's in the same hotel as Kevin, but you know, who knows what could happen.
Yeah, exactly.
And if I go, can you have Kevin sign this and get it to me after the show or something like that?
Oh, dude, that'd be amazing.
All right, so
yeah, definitely. I'll leave it with
Done
you.
deal.
Awesome.
Yeah, because that we can do. At the very least, I can give it to Ralph to say, can you have Ralph sign?
Or you could raise your hand during the show and say, could you sign something?
No, I'd rather give it to him and have it done on the side, like for reals.
Yeah.
That way we know it's getting
These guys
done.
were at the show last weekend.
Oh yeah,
this is our buddy, Midnight Smoke.
Well, either way, we'll have it. We'll get it. We'll get it somewhere. We'll get it to him. Get it to you.
Awesome,
get it
dude.
all
That'd be amazing.
Covered there.
Cool.
What marker do you want to use?
I don't care.
You'll tell us.
Yeah.
We'll get that all squared away.
As long as you can see it, that's all I care about.
Cool.
I have many Sharpies.
Okay.
Nice.
And we have silver paint. We have all that shit we can go with.
Yes.
Gina's back. She was off at
She's on an adventure.
Shopping.
Yeah. Maura's driving, so she drove to Starbucks.
Oh, boy.
She's a barista, so she drove.
Wow.
And it's so funny because she'll stand.
She's a junior
She'll
barista
stand
or
by
something.
the driver's side. In the driver's side with her hands on her hips, like I'm driving. So now you got to get out. Do the whole. Yeah, she does a good job. I'm
That's
just
cute.
a nervous. It's adorable, and she is wonderful. And I'm just a nervous mom. I mean, I'm sorry. I slam my foot down like I'm braking. I scream, break! All the shit I'm not supposed to do. I do it all wrong.
Yeah. Has she seen Ragnarok yet?
No, she is not. But she's usually the kid who sees the movie when it
exactly.
comes out.
Before us. Yeah, so,
all of her friends. Yeah.
Wow, we're getting a jump on her here.
And she kind of does like the rated R thing too. She
Really?
goes in and
buys a ticket for another movie.
Nice, dude. I think we all did that.
And
all the time.
she tells me.
I was going
to
say, why didn't she
cool
just
our
ask?
kids are. She's
Why
like,
didn't
oh,
she just
Mom,
ask you to buy them for her?
I don't know. But she tells me that she's doing
She
it.
likes the thrill. That's why.
But she tells me she's like lying. So I'm like, okay, well, I guess this is good. Or she's supposed
like, she's not lying to me.
She's telling me. So I know she's not lying to me. She is like lying to the movie theater, but oh well.
Like you did the same thing when you were a kid. It's like
and the rated
it's not
R is
hurting
so
anybody.
stupid. Like what? Because they're like
they do worse stuff on TV now than they do in half the rated R movies.
And,
so it's like seriously,
like our government isn't fucked up, and what's going on there is not rated R.
Right.
Hello, every day, right? The fucked up shit that President Trump does.
Yeah.
What does
Come
he do?
on.
Grab him by the pussy?
Grab him by the pussy, and he's like, yeah.
Oh shit, he's coming! Run!
Grab him by the pussy.
Oh, shivers, and not the good ones.
Yeah, but if Darth Vader did it, that would be kind of cool.
That'd be kind of cool. I'm like, you know what, Darth? You can have whatever you want.
It's Mr. Manafort. Who's by the way?
Yeah, but I know. I even hate comparing him to Darth Vader because Darth
Vader's
Vader's
cool.
like, well, I know.
No, you can't do that.
I
She doesn't have the stamina. I said
Stamina.
She doesn't have the stamina.
You have to do the finger.
And
stamina.
I don't believe she does have the stamina. To be president of this country, you need tremendous stamina.
That means sperm.
Stamina.
Sperm.
That article was
Code word. Sperm.
I have heel spurs, but I have a hell of a lot of stamina.
All right.
Okay.
We got a guest in the house. Usually I have no problem shitting all over Trump, but I feel weird when we have a guest in the house.
I don't care. You can do it. I do it all the fucking time.
He does it too.
I
But
just don't do it on my show because I got yelled at.
Did you?
Yeah, but you know what?
I think
see,
I yelled at myself, and then they're like, "Yeah, don't do that."
We were kind of like that at first, but
it's hard not to.
Here's the thing:
it's hard not to.
Well, I feel like that's wrong. Like
Well,
we have to.
You got to let it out. Don't get me wrong. I let it out on
And more
Twitter
than that,
constantly.
like this isn't normal. Like
Right, it's
this
not.
isn't normal anymore. So we should say that every
Right.
day. Like,
Right.
We should remind everyone this is not fucking normal, and
Right.
here's why. And please, like as a show, I got so pissed. It was the same fucking day that what's his name, Eminem.
Oh my God.
Had his rant.
Yeah.
It was like
That was awesome.
It's so funny because if you play the little rant that I had that day on our show,
Yeah.
and you play his rap, we're saying the same thing. We're
true.
saying like
We're-
I don't
Your
fucking,
shit's just not rapping.
We're on the
I
same
was just
page as
saying,
Eminem.
dude.
Yeah.
If you're listening to me and you're a Trump supporter, I don't need you. Go
Right?
the fuck away. I don't care. I don't need you. I don't need to kowtow to you. If this is offending you, go away.
And you don't need to
Because
follow
it's
us, 'cause
not-
obviously we're
it's
not
just
on.
not normal anymore. This is not normal,
not.
Yeah,
and we
it's
can't
just
fucking
not.
pretend.
Well, I'm not
And-
pretending it's not there.
And we
Oh, no,
can't,
no, we're not saying
Don't
you
do
are.
that
That's
at
the other
all.
thing. And that's the other
No.
thing. We can't do this whole like I don't want to talk politics because it's going to turn people off.
Well, I don't care about
Because
that either.
But we were doing that.
Oh,
like,
you
I
were
will
doing it
say-
because of that?
I will say, as
Oh.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
were kind of doing that at first. You know, like we don't want to get too much into the
Right.
Trump thing.
We weren't doing it because it's not funny, and
But-
ours is a comedy podcast,
Right,
so it's
and
like
it's not
this
funny.
isn't funny.
But
this is
now-
serious.
but-
This is
Right.
like
I'm like trying to make comedy of it.
But now we feel the same way. It's like now I feel like we kind of it's a service. We're doing a disservice if we're not saying shit's not normal
it's
right
not.
now.
Yeah.
And if
And
politics
it's hard-
comes up, I'm talking about it.
And it's hard to
If
make
comes
it
up
funny.
with a guest. If it,
It
comes up
is.
with a
Like you have to be a
Exactly.
professional to make it funny, or you have to do a lot more research. And I'm lazy, one, and I'm not a professional. So
Yeah, I think it's important though too for people that like because there's okay.
Always punch up.
There are
Never
people
punch down.
among
It's
us.
that simple.
There
Sure.
are people among us that don't have a voice
Yes.
or are scared or are very vulnerable. So people like us, people that can and do have a voice, can speak up for those people. And I think that is probably the most important thing: having a podcast, having a show, having any sort of place where you can speak up for people.
And I
those that are unable to
and I would
do
just
it for
like
themselves.
to say, recently I was online busting on vegans. But even though I was ribbing on vegans, I will say that doesn't mean I don't support you and your right to be vegans.
I know.
And it doesn't mean that, like, see, this is where the left falls down in general. Like, oh my God, you're not a vegan. I can't, that's
I can't
where
do this. Like, why?
and if you're a vegan, you're sort of like, it came to light recently when Kevin was giving away a lot of expensive clothes
the leather
to
to the
women's
women's
shelter because suddenly it became, when you're poor, vegan doesn't mean bullshit. You know what I mean?
Right? It's like if you got it, you're going to eat it. It don't matter.
Exactly. You know what matters? I have a full stomach.
Yeah, I'm going to eat this corned beef hash out of the can.
I don't care. Give me the bacon.
Exactly.
That fucking
That's
shit
when it
is
came to
good.
mind. I'm like, wow. The vegan diet is really a pretentious... How pretentious it really is.
I couldn't survive. I haven't seen like the whole thing, but I've looked at a few. I'm like, I couldn't. I mean, I could eat it, but I'm like, I couldn't survive on that.
You can
And
eat
most
rice
of
and
the
beans.
vegans that I know tend to use it kind of like religion. Like, they sort of look down their nose at everyone at a dinner table.
Yeah.
You know, as they go down and look at everyone. Oh, I see you're not vegan. Oh, I see you're hungry.
Right? It's like...
And here's the other thing. Every vegan I know that I've gotten close with, I've seen cheat.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me.
I don't believe a single vegan is for reals.
Not 100%. There's no,
Really?
It's got to be
I don't.
impossible.
Three jump right to mind.
Can I just tell you right away?
I
don't get the
regularly.
whole fucking like cheese. How do you not eat cheese?
Yeah, exactly.
Because cheese
What's
is
funny
so
is
fucking good. I love cheese. Cheese,
really-
anything.
I am
Yes.
practically a vegetarian.
Vegetarian is different.
Just by the way I eat.
Yeah, we don't
but
really eat
I
a lot of
don't.
meat.
Like, I'll eat meat. If I want a fucking cheesesteak,
You're
I'm gonna
gonna
have a
get one,
fucking
yeah.
cheesesteak.
All right,
you
well,
know what
I'm
I
going
mean?
to defend some of the vegans I know because the ones that I have
And
an
ice
interaction
cream.
with,
Ice
like,
cream.
Yeah, but
Oh,
you
yeah,
can
they
get
can have ice
soy.
cream,
You can get soy ice cream. and all
But
that.
have you ever tasted soy ice
No,
cream?
but the thing is, this is something I learned. Like like you just.
It tastes like the cone has been ground up
But
and
your
shoved in the fucking.
Your taste
we froze it.
Your taste, just like you your taste, you grow accustomed to these after a while.
Yes.
Just like
Rice
soy milk,
stream
just
and-
like
yes,
almond milk. We've
yes.
had to do that,
Yeah.
which I enjoy actually. Soy and almond milk.
milk's
I must
okay.
say.
Well,
Almond
that's
milk's
the
pretty
good.
good.
Again, that's the cool thing about being a
In a shit-
vegetarian.
in a
You can
fucking
drift in and out
smoothie.
of that stuff.
Right.
and
In
it's
a fucking
okay.
smoothie, almond milk's amazing. You don't need dairy. And I can honestly tell you, people shouldn't really even be drinking whole milk,
Yeah.
even though it fucking tastes good.
Really?
Anyway, well, yeah, because people shouldn't be drinking
Cow's milk. But
A baby calf should be drinking cow's milk.
if
We need to get some
let me tell you something.
awesome women who would like to
the
pump
fat
all
in
the
milk
day.
is
My God, I'll pump. Damn.
again
$40 a
Breast
bottle.
milk. Oh my God, yes.
The last time I remember
God.
seeing our regular doctor, our GP doctor,
That's so great.
he is a younger doctor, young guy. He's probably in his early 30s.
Who is
but
this?
He was Dr. Bishop.
Oh.
And he was saying how there's a lot more research about fat and how it works in the system, and it's not what it's not fat is bad.
Right.
Fat is very complex and very good.
Okay, can I tell you, this doctor is the real deal.
He's cool.
He's a good guy.
I see him walking to work, fucking eating an apple. I'm on what fucking doctor?
He's trying to keep himself
is
away.
better. He's
that's
like
all it is.
walking, eating an apple, like
it's
a
so
big
cool,
red
too.
apple. Like the guy is like healthy, like
He also knows about the
Walking.
podcast,
Oh,
about
awesome.
the movie, and
walking to
he's a
work,
really
eating
cool
an
guy.
apple. Come on,
Yeah.
really?
And yesterday I missed my appointment. So, or 2 days ago, I
He
missed
slept
my
right through his
Oh,
appointment.
really?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
It
Sorry,
happens, it
Dr.
happens.
Bishop.
It was a
Yeah,
weird
it
thing.
happens, but
And what stinks is here's the downfall. It was such a shitty time that I
I
couldn't
know.
see Thor Ragnarok. But it's not like I
It's-
got to see Thor Ragnarok that day and I missed
didn't
my
go
appointment
anyway.
still. Exactly. So it's like I got fucked both
the whole
times.
day was fucked.
Yeah, exactly. So it was one of those deals.
But we knew that Steve was coming today, so it was awesome.
Yes, yes. And he could have come and see the movie with us too. But he got not to. Nah.
I forgot.
That's all right. Dude, with all the driving,
Yeah.
I appreciate that you even came out.
Oh, yeah,
my
no,
God,
I had
this
to. I was so close, and I missed you guys when I was in Jersey last year, and that's what pissed me off. Because I remember posting, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm going to be in Jersey, blah blah blah," and I didn't take
Yeah,
it.
but
at
it's
Red
not
Bank or
easy,
whatever?
though. It's
Yeah.
not easy.
And Jersey isn't exactly a small state.
No.
See, like when you're like, oh wow, you're 2 hours away.
Well-
Yeah, 'cause I thought you guys were a lot closer.
Yeah.
Well, and then
Yeah.
from here, it takes a little bit to get back to like the highways because
Yeah.
we're kind of out in a weird.
Yeah, we're 20 minutes. Like
Right.
we know
Dude,
that
that
if we have
back
to
grinding
go,
road you always talk
Oh my
about
God,
was
he
so
was-
much fun.
He drove
cool.
I was like,
That's
awesome.
let's see what my car can do on this. 'Cause I got the Camaro.
Oh my
So
God.
it took you up that Washington.
Yeah.
He
So,
did the way
okay.
you were with
Hey,
ECN podcast.
Yes, that's the way that
That's
the
the
ECN
one.
guys came. and
They were
watched.
talking
he-
about it.
Yeah, that one.
You
they-
white knuckled.
Yeah,
that's what they were doing.
And Cameron's in the front seat, like with like
whatever.
clues.
Yeah, I'm very
But
familiar
that's
with
the
that
way
road.
he
That's all I
is.
can say. But
yeah, but that doesn't mean you drive like a maniac. Oh, I know the road.
I'm
That
so,
means no other car is
I am
coming.
so happy that you drove that way. You have no idea.
I was thinking about it on the way. I'm like, okay, I know he's talking about some crazy roads.
That has
I'm
to
like,
be it.
Yeah.
And I'm driving. I'm like, oh shit, it's up there. Oh yes.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right.
Do
So
you see the houses too?
Just be careful of the deer,
They're
though.
huge
Just
and
be careful of
gorgeous.
deer.
And, yeah, they're fucking.
Yeah, I saw a
those
dead
are
one on the way up. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take my time going down.
I
for
hit a
sure.
baby on that road once.
Ooh, a
I hit a
baby?
baby deer on that
No,
road.
no, actually-
Oh no, not a baby.
I'm like, what the fuck,
A
Gene?
baby.
And you didn't hit a baby. Actually, you hit 2 female deer.
I was like,
one was bigger
you
than
still got the
other.
body? So I got some baby back rib recipes
remember
I
that.
need for Matt and Ryan to try.
But the problem is that though you change on that road, you changed like 3 different towns.
Yeah, it was weird.
So I remember when we hit the deer, I was like, I wasn't sure what even town we were in, and I called it into the wrong town.
We
anyway.
were like babies
really?
back then.
Yeah, it was.
That was even before we were married.
Yes, that was a very long time ago.
And then I remember crying, like, "Oh my God, we can't leave it!" And then we left it.
What the fuck were we supposed to
I
do?
know, but
Was
what
it
do you?
nature?
Nature
like,
will
I
take
don't
care of
know.
it.
Yes,
I don't know.
yes.
Especially up here, nature will take care of it.
Yes. What is it? Carrion birds have to eat too.
Yeah. At least if I were like like a horse doctor,
That's
I
not a
could
horse.
maybe have taken care of it, like
and
on Rick and
seriously,
Morty.
now we also have coyote.
Yep.
Oh my God.
And we also have
Listen,
fox.
that is why
and
I
all
will
those
not.
They'll eat them.
Yeah, they'll
So it's
fucking
like,
eat a dead
it's food
fucking
for
anything.
something else. It was an accident. It's not like you purposely killed it, right?
It's really like around here is a really cool place to like walk because it's you get like a good workout.
And you
I
drove,
guess
you
But-
were not too far from Governor Christie's home.
Oh yes.
If you took
Really?
that way, yeah.
Oh,
And here's another thing. Okay, so you took that windy series of roads. Like when you come into one area, I don't know if you noticed, it probably would have been to your right. It would have looked like a really big estate, but like what it is the seeing eye.
Oh yeah. The seeing
And it's
eye,
where they
yeah.
train the seeing eye dogs. So,
Really?
like they've made movies about it.
Oh,
yeah.
no shit.
Yeah,
The whole time
yeah.
I'm looking at the left side because I saw the houses up on the hills.
They're
and stuff.
enormous, right?
But,
Yeah, I was like,
yeah,
this is
so
freaking awesome.
so if you
They're
take that way
gorgeous.
back to the
So
highway,
look out the left. So.
well, yeah, it'll be more prominent too.
Okay.
You'll kind of see it, but yeah, it's like right towards the end of like that beautiful windy drive, and you'll
And
get
if-
on a real highway.
and
or,
if you
or
were
a
to-
more highway-ish
Right.
road.
And
You'll
if
see
you were
seeing
to
eye.
like
Cool.
make a left and go all the way through, like another town is Morristown, and that's where they walk all of the seeing eye dogs,
Yeah,
like in
they
the morning.
train
That's
They're
where
so
I think that's where I
sweet.
came through. Was
They're so
Morristown.
sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
That's
Oh
awesome.
my God, they're amazing to see because they're so smart.
Yeah, and there's that weird statue now too. That was actually
The guy with the
we
dog.
featured it on BCJ. If you
Who
go
was
way
it?
back into the archives,
What was that?
we talked about? Yeah, it's that weird seeing eye statue.
Oh yeah, with the dog. Duh,
Yeah.
Gene, you just said it.
That's very
kinda
odd.
retard.
I forget what the joke was. We had
It's
some
early.
joke about it though. I don't even remember what it was.
Yeah,
now.
it was
I have to go
probably
back
really,
into the archives.
It was probably really mean too.
Which you can get on ThatMan Productions on SoundCloud, I believe.
Yeah.
The full run of the BCJ.
It would be
show.
cool to have Joey back because he's got a really good podcasting
Well, when we
way
get-
and voice and everything.
Should we get Flash in here and possibly the other guest, Mr. Ross? Well, I'll definitely have those guys down.
That would be great.
And Uncle Steven, too.
Uncle Steven. Not Steve here. That's another
No,
Steve.
my brother Steve. who
We
was
don't
just
call
on-
him Uncle Steven.
My brother was on the last episode because it was his birthday on Halloween.
Oh, the one you're about to drop?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
No, the one we just dropped.
Did you do it today?
No, it was
We
like...
did it last week.
Yeah.
Well, 'cause his
It
birthday.
was, we sandwiched it in quick.
Oh,
it
did
was
you?
like, yeah. Like,
Oh, okay.
No, we had a little
And to tell you the
issues.
truth, the YouTube version's better because it's all video.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll do that one then instead, for sure.
Yeah, save it for that.
Yeah, we had some issues,
I'm-
so we had to kind of.
I'm dressed as Rick and Morty.
Oh, really?
You're
I'm dressed
Because
as
you
Rick.
guys did the...
This is
Yeah,
Rick.
you were Sexy Morty, right?
I was Sexy
Nice.
Morty. I don't think I was
Morty.
that. I don't think I was then though. I don't think I was Sexy Morty that night.
Well, you kind of were. You had your braid
That's- you know,
going.
that's
You had,
so
you had a yellow shirt. You were sexy.
Sexualizing Morty. It's so wrong.
Why not? It works in the
Because
in the
not
galaxy
everything
and-
has to be sexualized.
But in the galaxy of Rick and Morty,
There-
if you go to like the Rick and Morty, if you go to the central hub there, the fucking what do you call it? I can't think of the name of it. The Citadel of Rick.
Citadel of Rick.
I'm sure you'll find sexy Mortys.
I know, but it's
You'll
Morty.
find
You have to
you'll find
sexualize-
trunk nose Mortys.
They're either you know what they're even sexualizing 11 on Stranger Things.
Really? I want to get into that right
I
now.
know.
Ow! You know what stinks? He's in Baby Driver. Oh.
It was so good, and you know
That's such a
what?
great
I'm going to
movie.
say it. I still like.
And I
Kevin
hate that
Spacey.
what's his name shits on fucking Baby Driver.
I don't think
last
he's
night.
creepy,
So was
and
it-
then people are. Oh, I knew he was creepy.
Was it like an
Like,
intelligent baby that like chauffeured, or
Well, you lost me here.
was it an intelligent baby that chauffeured?
Yeah, it
like
was
he
really-
was mutated or something?
Yeah.
I
Oh shit!
What did I lose? Wait, I'm off the
No,
rails
because
here.
we're
Baby
making
Driver?
a joke about Baby Driver.
Oh.
I wasn't making a joke. I was being
Driver.
serious.
No.
Did you see Baby Driver?
No, I haven't seen it
His
yet.
name is Baby.
Awesome.
Oh, his name is Baby? Oh, okay.
And he is a baby.
And
Like-
he's a driver. Yes.
Like Babe E.
Oh, jeez.
It's about how the music works with everything is really what it's about. And as soon as I saw
lot
it,
of
I'm
it
like,
is the cinematography.
fucking
It's amazing.
Me. It's me. That's me. That's me. This guy is me.
Yeah, but who
banging
doesn't-
on the steering wheel, fucking flipping the things. in
Yeah, but
time
who
with
doesn't
music.
think that? Who
Yeah.
doesn't want to drive
Exactly.
a race car? You
Exactly.
know what I mean?
Right,
Look
exactly.
at your fucking car. You would love it. You would love the movie. I'm telling you.
Okay, I'm going to have to check
Well,
this out.
if you enjoy driving down those fast roads,
Yeah.
then you will. I'll
Okay.
tell you, the first 5 minutes is the most intense.
And-
You'll love it. You'll love
Okay,
it.
so and anyone listening that hasn't seen it, that's like, oh well, Kevin Spacey. Fuck you. Go see it anyway, because Kevin Spacey's amazing in it.
Well, Kevin Spacey's part isn't all that big anyway.
Well,
Like,
I thought he
you
was
can-
good in it.
you can get
so
away-
I'm not
you
going to
can get
not
away-
see
I mean,
it because he's
Right, he's a good actor.
Like, if you're feeling the
Oh,
need
for
to
that.
ban seeing movies because there are
Yeah, 'cause that happens.
perverts in it, and the
'Cause he is
whole
a perv.
Kevin Spacey perv thing is so complicated. Especially speaking as
I
a
think
bisexual
all of them are
male,
complicated.
it's like, is he somehow fucking us up again?
No, I think it's well, I don't know. I think he
I
might
don't
be a
think he's doing it.
pedophile.
I don't think he's doing us any help. Let's put it that
No.
way.
No. Mhm.
He's not helping the community.
No.
It's like, maybe you should shut the fuck up while you're behind.
But maybe he was helping himself at the moment.
helping himself to some
Eventually.
10-year-old or some shit.
Sure, cut that out. Cut that out. So we can't have any of this shit. And he wasn't 10. He was 13. But now he's our age. He's in his 40s now. Because there's so much shit about, oh, well, is he doing this to get his name out there? Because no one knows who he
Yeah,
is.
this is why you'd want to get your name out.
Yeah, not for that. Unless
Yeah.
you really want it on a House of Cards that bad.
Yeah, that's the other
And
thing.
they took everything.
They just dropped House of Cards.
And they took everything Kevin Spacey off Netflix.
Well,
Well-
I saw House of Cards there a little earlier. I'm not sure that it's quite down yet, but
Yeah, I think we should get off this topic.
okay.
Fair enough.
Well,
'Cause-
we're gonna have to discuss it on the other show. That's
Just
for
like
sure.
Kevin says, if you're doing things that are pro hurting people, we're not about that. So
Yeah. Well, here's what I'm gonna say. Next week, look for our review of Thor Ragnarok.
Oh, yeah.
oh my god, next week we have to wait
Hell
that long.
yeah.
I can't wait to see this shit today. I'm so excited.
Yes, but we won't.
I'm going to try to catch it tonight.
Actually, that's not true.
Yes.
You know what?
I'm going to try to catch it
Hey,
tonight if I can.
that's not even true. We're going to do wraparounds. We'll already have put out our review of.
Well, yeah, we're
Thor
gonna do it
Ragnarok.
tonight.
It'll be some weird time traveling thing.
Nice.
We're gonna do it
Nice.
tonight, though. Tonight
I like
we're gonna
it.
do
Yes,
it.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because we have to do it.
Keep it fresh.
We have to do the wraparounds for the Lisa Down show, and we have to
Yes.
do the and we have to do Tales from the Swing. Tales from the Swing, baby.
Lovely. That's what Lisa would say.
Do you guys have guests for that one?
Yeah, we already have.
Nice.
Well, we're using Danny Rat, who we
Nice.
use from this show. It's
Yeah,
like we're going
because
to bridge it.
well, because she kind of talked about.
Yeah.
Yeah, we walked.
I
by.
love that. You know what? That
That's
was
so
so cool.
Yeah, it's a
And
good
I
show.
knew she was cool. Like, oh my god! Like I knew you were cool. Like,
Yeah, and I feel bad because we said,
Yeah.
"Oh, we're going to use it for both," and we haven't put that show out yet.
yeah, but she's a cool person too.
Again, that show's a labor of love.
Right.
We want to make sure that we're queued up and in the right mood, and I think we're in the right mood for it.
Hell
So,
yeah.
That'll be a fun show. Why are you laughing?
Because I'm looking at you through the little peek hole.
Perv.
I love you.
I love you too. I'm not looking at you through it.
You guys are cute.
I'm not looking at you through it. I'm not looking at you purposely.
I'm looking through you.
You're not the same.
Yes. All right. Well, I feel like we should wrap this thing up here.
Steve's got a great laugh.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any shout outs you want to throw out there? Anything you want to plug other than
Like, plug
where
everybody.
can we follow you, first of all?
You can follow me on Twitter at MidnightSmoke1.
Not
Okay.
Midnight Oil. Like I
Not
always
Midnight
say.
Oil.
Oh, how'd Jimmy get off to the airport?
Oh,
He got
how to
good?
get to the airport?
How to get off?
I don't know. I didn't want to know how he got off, but I took him to the airport and left him there. I was like, if you're going to get off, you get off. No.
They go in the bathroom first.
So you dropped him off.
Yeah, I dropped
and,
him off this morning. So he
Okay.
got in. He was on the plane through TSA in like 5 minutes. He
Oh,
said.
cool,
It was
cool.
so early, and he
Awesome.
has the TSA approved thing.
Oh,
You
there
go,
go.
Jimmy.
Big Daddy Jimmy V.
Yes,
Yeah,
Big
so
Daddy.
Hey man, I'm sorry we missed you.
Love
and, you know, hey, you want to fly out to New York Tuesday? Yeah.
Just fly back.
That
dude.
was
It's all
Listen,
good.
I want to be
I
in
was
LA.
really tempted to say, hey, you know, you extend your stay a few days.
Right?
You could
Fuck
be
that.
here,
I want to
man,
be in
but,
LA
like,
for the Flash thing. I want to go and see him.
We just want to move to LA.
We want to be in LA so
Who the hell
bad.
doesn't?
We would love to move to LA.
I know.
We
I
loved
want
it
to
out
bring
there.
like
We really
everybody
did.
with us.
Oh,
Let's
God,
all
yes.
go.
That'd be so
I don't know about
And
bringing
wasn't
everyone
Vegas-
with us, but
Well,
I just
we
love
can
it
all
out
meet
there.
out there.
And tell me Vegas wasn't the fucking.
Oh my God! Vegas
Plus
was
Susie
so
Q's
was
out
so
there.
much fun.
Yes. Oh.
Wasn't it?
God, that was like one of the best experiences of my life.
I loved Vegas.
I loved it so much.
I did
Vegas
too.
was fun.
Vegas
We're
was
planning for, with any luck, Why Not Con 2018 to be in Vegas again.
Okay.
So next year,
my
Vegas.
Will
God.
there be a
Okay.
shoot-off there? Will there be a target practice or anything? Too soon?
No,
Is that
too
bad?
soon. Ouch. Too soon.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
But yeah, that's the plan. 2018.
Why not?
Con.
God.
Why not come?
Bring your gun.
Don't bring your gun.
Open
Do that.
carry in Vegas.
God. Which is so weird. I didn't know that was even there.
It's so nuts.
Well,
That whole thing is
Yeah,
nuts.
but we don't have to have that conversation now
No.
because now's not the
Yes,
time.
no talk of guns.
At some point, it does have to be discussed,
Yeah.
but not now. Okay, so
But,
at Midnight Smoke.
Yep, at
on
Midnight
Twitter.
Smoke 1. Oh.
He's so inappropriate.
That's messed up. Yeah, you can find me on Twitter, Midnight Smoke.
What do you mean?
Oh, shit. You got a video?
No,
oh,
there's
the
no
video.
audio.
What are you watching?
He's starting to look uncomfortable.
That's shots in
now.
a crowd.
Yeah.
That's my shots in a crowd sound effect. See, that's supposed to be kind of like this.
Yeah, but it's not.
But
yeah.
it's like, oh, it's worse.
The whole gun thing.
Boy,
now
that
is
went
just-
down like
DC?
shots in a crowd.
Like, no, more like the people in the crowd.
I know.
But yeah, it never seems to go down well.
No.
There's never, I guess, enough
Well,
irony.
it's hard
on it.
to.
It's a hard sell.
If you wait a little while, then it will be. It's kind of like the jokes now, like, well, not now, but back like 10 years ago, the comedians would talk about like the freaking school shootings and shit.
Yeah.
You just got to give it a little bit of time, and then it'll just start hitting again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Too
yeah, plus
early.
it really is hard to have a joke go that bad.
Yeah.
Shots in the crowd.
That was pretty bad, sweetie.
Well, that's why we ended our live sessions.
Right.
Or the Walt yell. Hey.
I love that wall yell.
That's the best one.
Yes.
All right, so let him finish.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you can find me on.
That's always the symbol, though.
Oh my
Things are
God.
falling apart.
It's
when all the
hard.
sound effects come by.
All right. At Midnight Smoke on Twitter.
At Midnight Smoke 1 on Twitter.
Yes, 1.
You can listen to Mr. BS Show. You can follow on Twitter. We're on SoundCloud, Stitcher, iTunes.
They're big on iTunes. On the Stitcher.
You're big on Stitcher, yeah.
We're doing really, really well on Stitcher. So check out the Mr. BS Show there. It's just 3 guys. The other 2 are in Colorado. I'm in New York. We just try to make each other laugh.
I remember when
in a very
Stitcher
free
had
form.
awards and stuff.
Yeah,
And
we
they
didn't
got
get that
bought.
shit.
They don't have it?
Fuck.
Do they have awards anymore?
They do,
It's a shame.
but they're not. They're like, hey,
Yeah,
congrats.
it's not like
It's
what
hard.
it was. Like they got
No.
bought by another company and like
No, because they're making money without having to produce anything.
yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
nice for them. They just got like, oh, we just gotta have a server.
Yeah, we just sit here and make money now.
Yeah, it's nice.
We sell ads on your shit.
Right.
So and the other people at the Philly show were Afterburn.
Yep, Afterburn
Right.
739. So check out their show. A good, almost all of Afterburn.
yeah,
was
yeah,
there.
yeah, that's right.
So they were great.
Kitty and
listeners,
Leo
so-
and the other gang.
Kitty, Leo, Fez was there. Midgie and Cobra.
Fez, that's right, Midgie.
Yep. So the Afterburn was there. We had Storm Raven was there.
Good old Stormy.
Uncle Stormy.
Stormy is this guy got
pal
me the
Stormy.
special
He
bottle
is
of rum.
so fucking hilarious.
He held on to it for the last few months because he knew we were going to
oh
meet
my
here.
God, dude.
And this bottle, he's like, you can't get this. It's like a couple a year they make.
So he's a rummy.
Yeah, he brought it to us in Ohio last year. We all met up in Ohio, and then he's like, I got this one for you. I'm like, dude, I
Oh
love
my
you so
God,
much.
what a cool guy.
Yeah, Storm, he's like, if you can sit down and just talk to this guy, he's amazing, the stuff that he can come up with.
He's a very interesting character.
He is.
He is.
Yeah.
Really smart.
He is.
Yeah.
And he totally looks like Stephen King.
He looks a lot
Does
like
he look
Stephen
like
King.
him
He does a little bit, yeah, if he has
in
his glasses
person?
on,
Does he
too.
have?
He's got that vibe.
He has that look to him.
He's so
There's-
tall. He's like, Jesus, dude.
You know,
I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm short, but he's tall.
I don't know. I think, and I hope it's not the case, but I feel like we had a falling out because of politics. with
Oh,
Stormy.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It got a
but-
little weird with the Trump thing.
No
and-
kidding.
Yeah, and,
Yeah,
I hope
but-
that's not the case, but
Oh,
It'll
I had no
happen.
idea. I didn't even hear anything about it, but
I hope not.
hope
But
not.
like,
But that's
it
another
felt,
thing
It felt
that-
like there was tension there last time.
Right.
I was like, ooh. Well,
It's
I
hard.
hope
That's
that-
it's very hard.
it's hard because
Yeah.
because you believe so hard in what you believe in. If somebody
Yeah.
has that opposing opinion, it's like, oh
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. It's like, oh.
But you know what? There's people in my life still that are. I just have to be like, okay,
Same here.
I just can't speak to them.
I just like
about
let's
it.
just not talk about it between you and me because
I-
I'll get
I just
angry
can't.
and we
Yeah.
won't have a
But
free
there,
form.
and there's some people that if I can't, then it's like it just like it's I can't
Yeah.
be friends with them anymore. So there's some people that are
You can, and then
they're
But then
just
there was, like-
important enough to me that
There's
we
like
just
Donna
don't do
Jean,
it.
who like
like
you don't even think about that about her.
Yeah,
You know,
but
it's like
why-
she's just a total performer.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's not even worth it to me to bring it up because she's too like adorable and sweet. Like, why would I want to fuck up that friendship? Yeah. Like bringing Trump into it, like
so
fucks
cool.
everything up. Like United States in general.
I was just going to say, like,
just don't talk about it. I mean, who wants to talk about the fucking orange?
Hey, guess what?
Cheeto
Guess
ass?
what? He's not even. He's in Asia, so we can forget about him.
Like, why?
Because
Like,
let's ground all the planes.
that is sort of what an authoritarian
right?
does. He has you think about him all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
So by doing that, you're playing right into his hands.
Speaking of that, watch V for Vendetta because it's an amazing movie.
Yes, yes. As we record this, it is the 5th of November.
It is the 5th of November.
Remember, the 5th of November.
And it's an amazing movie. Natalie Portman's amazing.
Yeah, it's a good movie. And it was made in a time when, it was politically not, it was during the fucking big Bushy years.
Mm-hmm.
Don't speak out against the government.
The propaganda stuff, and I was like,
Yeah.
in the movies, it's done so well.
Yeah, yeah. And they make changes from the book, but they do it so well.
Mm-hmm.
They really do. Yeah. I love it. And I want more of
And I already watched it this morning.
Anonymous. I want more Anonymous now.
It's V. He's
More
V. He's not Anonymous.
Well, V, Anonymous, whatever.
Anonymous is that group.
I know. I like that, though.
They're awesome.
The computer group.
They are, right?
Where the fuck have they been?
Yeah,
They're not
we
awesome.
need more
Where
of
have they
them
been?
now.
They're
You
doing
know what?
stuff.
They're doing.
What are they doing? They're not doing
Yeah,
shit
but
as
we're
far
not
as I
supposed-
can tell.
We're not supposed to know. Don't get them
They're
mad,
not.
though.
We are supposed to know. No, I'm shame on them. Like
No,
they should be helping
don't do
us
that.
more. They should be standing up to the Trumpism
That
of the
scares
world.
me. Don't do that shit.
You should get shut
Don't
down.
scare them. I know.
I'm disappointed,
The
guys.
show's going to be shut down.
No, it won't be. I'm on their side if they fucking get their act together.
Totally. But there's things going on, the inner workings of Anonymous.
I have no idea. But
Anonymous. Oh, wait. Anonymous. Anonymous.
All right.
Phenomena. Do, 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 do. Phenomena. Do, 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 do.
All right, this wrap up has taken 8 minutes, just so you know.
So, at Midnight Smoke 1.
Yes.
Yeah, and then check out the Mr. BS show for
Mr.
sure.
BS show.
Yeah, and then you look at his stuff, he'll
Check
follow.
out Afterburn.
You'll be able to figure out where the fuck to go.
Check out Big Daddy.
Big Daddy Jimmy V.
Jimmy V.
You got Mike Driscoll, too. He showed
Mike
up for this. This
Driscoll.
was awesome.
I thought it was like the CB guy or something.
CG
like
guy?
That. CG guy. That's it.
Yes.
Is that him? Is
Not
that
anymore.
Mike?
Well,
it used to
he
be.
changed his name.
He changed it.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
Edge of
Yeah.
Mike.
Yeah, well,
Edge
there's the
of-
name of the account versus the actual
Right.
hand.
And check out Uncle Stormy, but he's at Storm Raven.
Yes.
_, Storm Raven _
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
somebody else took his name. And you
Oh
know
my
that's
God,
his real
they
name?
did?
Really?
If you look at his license, it's Storm Raven.
That's
like,
really
no joke.
his
Yeah.
name?
Wow.
Nobody believed him, and I'm like, I didn't believe him the
That's
first
a
time I met
fucking
him.
awesome-
And he showed me his ID. I'm like, oh my God,
That's a
it
fucking,
really is real. He
that's
wasn't
an
joking.
awesome name.
It's so cool.
And listen to
Storm
Education.
Raven.
Yeah,
which
listen-
I would really say brought everyone together.
Yeah, it did.
It
Without that,
totally
none of us
did.
really would have interacted
Yeah.
as much as we have.
I agree.
Those first 20 episodes,
Yeah.
pretty much everybody's on there.
Oh my
Yeah,
God,
yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, I want to go back and re-listen to them all again because it's been so long.
I do every
so
now
fun.
and then, like I try to, but that is a harder show because it's so dense.
It really is dense.
It is.
It's a dense show, and if you do that, like I couldn't do it. I'm not a big word guy, but then like if you then followed him down the road with the fucking, he was doing all the word puzzles and the crossword puzzles. It's like wow.
Oh yeah, it was nuts. But yeah, I mean, it's great for me because I drive a lot, like all day.
And now he's doing a show with fucking with Nerdist.
I cannot
With
wait
Nerdist.
to see this.
Yeah,
this is going to be amazing.
It should be cool.
Yeah,
and yeah, what he was talking about just in the other show, they kind of hinted at it.
Mm-hmm.
Like what the fuck was it? It was oh shoot.
Was it
genealogist, like basically rebuilding Elvis from a spit wad or something like that, or from a wad of tobacco spit? No, it's mole. A mole that he had removed.
Was that what that was? A mole?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
Who had a mole removed? Andy?
No, Elvis. So, but they were talking about genetically rebuilding
Cloning
Elvis.
Oh, and that's when Kevin started
From
talking
his mole.
like
Yeah.
my mama. My mama's
Yeah,
neck.
because you have to like influence him the same way he would have been, or it wouldn't happen.
Yeah. So, but anyway, so thank you, Education Andy, for bringing us all together.
Oh yeah,
So
thanks,
adorable.
Andy.
Now, does that mean that Andy's working for Chris Hardwick now?
Yeah, he is.
Damn.
But he knew him before, apparently.
That's pretty cool, though.
Yeah, so it wasn't
Chris
like,
Hardwick's everywhere.
Yes, he is all things. He is all people.
He's like the
he is
Ryan Seacrest of...
It always reminds me, if you ever saw Debbie Does Dallas.
Oh my God, yeah.
There was Mr. and Mrs. Hardwick.
Was that supposed to remind you of?
Holy shit.
Mr. and Mrs. Hardwick.
Are you kidding?
We're like the big family. They were candle makers,
Yeah,
of course.
Chris Hardwick and his wife are so perfect, it's like nauseating.
There you go. Hey, well, you know.
I know. It's like major cuteness, like every,
much.
like
It's
way,
24
way.
hour.
Yeah.
I wish we were on the other show. I could tell you about this.
About what?
This couple from fucking Bethlehem.
About what? Why?
Because they look perfect. They look like the perfect.
I didn't think they were perfect.
Really?
No, I mean, who's perfect though? Like
everybody's
I would find
something.
us more perfect than them.
Oh wow. Well, fuck you, people from there. You
No, but I didn't see
people.
perfection though. I don't know what.
Oh, okay. Well, look
I
at
mean,
you.
I see fine, but
okay. What do you see perfect in fucking Chris? Fucking what's his name?
no, I'm being silly. I'm being like
Ay.
because they photograph themselves all the time.
Okay.
I'm being silly. I'm being.
She
it's
wants
a
more
show,
photographs
get it?
with you, is what she's telling you.
Okay. I'll get my Hardwick.
No, this is not about me.
Get my Hardwick first.
Your wick hard first.
Get my wick hard first.
That's what it is. It says hard wick.
Yes, exactly. Which
That's
is what
it.
brings me back to fucking Debbie Does Dallas. Every time.
That's a secret. That's why she's smiling all
Mr.
the
and
time.
Mrs. Hardwick. Way too much muff in that stuff.
Oh God, yeah, back then.
It's like muff mama.
It's like,
oh my
I'm
God.
not seeing anything.
Yeah, but that was the style.
Is there porn
though.
in here?
But that was the style. The hair, you mean?
But also
I
back
see.
then, if you
Something
just
goes
saw a
into
little bit
something.
of hair on the top, it was enough to be like, oh shit, that's hot.
Yeah.
That's all
Oh.
it took back then. I was like, oh, I can see some hair. This is amazing.
Glistening in the sun.
What, the hair?
Yes. 70s thick pubic
like waving
hair.
in the
Yes.
in the
Yes. Like in the beginning of fucking, what was it? What was it?
Children of the
Gladiator.
Oh, God. Oh,
Gladiator.
yeah, his
She's
hands are
walking
going
through. His
over
hands
it.
are going through the.
His
going through
fingers
the
are
bush.
going in and out of each one.
Fingers waving through the pubic hair. The 70s pubic
It's
hair.
like so
Muff
disturbing.
mama.
You should redo
Look,
that now. Just do a short.
Yes.
Just that beginning scene.
Got Larry in a headlock.
Oh my God, we could
Larry
totally do
Fine in a
that.
headlock.
Yeah, but that's coming back. Pubic hairs is
Yeah,
is
and it's
the
kind of
big rage.
weird.
It's strangely.
It's kind of weird.
No, I don't
We've
think so.
encountered a couple of those.
Yeah, but
Like a
I'm
lot,
fine
like a
with
full bush, or just like trimmed
Yeah.
up but still there. Or
Yeah,
no?
but like
full.
full, but they didn't have much full to even talk about.
Oh,
You know
really?
what I
So
mean?
it's almost like if I grew my hair out of my head, it's like there's be
Yeah,
spots missing.
but that was
Like
that
patchy?
person. You know what I mean? That was
Right.
that particular person. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
But it's more
I have no
personality,
problem
I think,
with.
that's going
I have
on.
no
It's-
problem with Bush.
I think it's more in the 20s. They're all like, oh, we're going to be 70s natural muff mamas.
Right?
Yeah,
It's
but
like-
I have no problem with it if you're
Oh, I
clean.
don't, yeah.
If you're clean, you're good.
If you take care of your shit, I don't care.
Yes.
It's like, who cares?
Yeah.
Still getting laid, right? Okay.
all-
then.
It's all good in
There's
the hood.
guys. Listen, there are guys that have broken
It's all
up
pink
with
in
their,
the dark, right?
They
Is that
have
what we say?
Exactly.
Listen, there are guys that have broken up with their girls because of the smell of their vagina. So that's like ridiculous.
Well,
But
those
that's what
girls should know. They should have washed.
You don't.
I'm kidding.
The vagina
of
has a
course. You know.
natural smell.
Yep.
You're not supposed to put a lot of fucking
No.
soap down there.
Yeah.
Let's go,
The
people.
natural smell.
I can tell you, it naturally
Well,
cleans
it's
itself.
also, hey, here's another thing. If, you've been sweating all day and you didn't have no shower, what are you going to expect,
Soap is good.
Yeah.
Is your friend, but
You-
not
yeah.
too much. 'Cause
Clean
then
that
it dries
shit
it out.
up. It's like
You gotta use Dove.
It's
That's what
we
Dove is
have
the best.
You gotta
we
use
have
Dove.
talked about this on the other show. It's very simple.
Shit,
If
I was
you-
here for another hour. I was like, let's do Tales from the Swing. Shit.
you always want to clean up where someone's going to eat.
See how we tricked you? It's gonna
very
be
simple.
See how we tricked you? It's going to be on both shows now.
I'm okay with
Ah,
it.
we got you.
Like, what you guys want to talk about? Me being polyamorous? Yeah, well, yeah, let's do that shit.
Are you?
Who is
Are
it?
you?
Are you?
Are you polyamorous?
Are you polyamorous?
I'm not gonna say the names or anything, but yeah.
Oh,
It's fucking
awesome.
awesome. It's
But you know what's weird about polyamory? At a certain point, it's like if you're just a single guy, polyamory is pretty much dating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really it is. If you're the one that's
When we were talking to Mike Kaplan, I'm like, your polyamory sounds a lot like what they used to call dating.
it's true. It kinda is.
It's when you start. It's when you start picking a primary that it becomes a little more
Yeah,
like
if-
now I'm polyamorous.
Out of the three, it's like if you feel more for this one person, it's not equal between the other two, then yeah, there's going to be that weird way.
yeah, and-
Luckily, what we have, it's like equal to all three, so it's
I love all that.
It's so great.
I need to hear more about this.
Well, we have to have him on the other show. Then.
Yeah, you're going to have to come on the other show.
Yeah, definitely. I'd love to.
So we'll probably, we'll do that one over
This
the wire.
is a tease.
Yeah.
Because now we'll be here all day. You said you wanted to get out by 10. We're fast
almost,
approaching.
Yeah,
it.
we are. It's almost close.
I know. So I was like, oh.
So that was a teaser then.
So then, yeah. So
we'll definitely
I think we have
hook up
next
I'd love
month.
that.
I think we have another Tales from the Swing show in the bank now.
Yes.
So
Awesome.
there we go. So until then, check out Midnight Smoke at Midnight Smoke 1
One.
on Twitter and
And
find
check
out all
out
about his world and his
Mr. BS
polyamory
show.
weirdness and everything else.
And there's nothing weird about polyamory.
And we are out. Oh, we're post midnight smoking here.
Oh, boy.
Post smoke. We're choking up in here.
Oh my God, post smoke, man. Does it every time. I hate that thing sometimes. I really do. It's just like, it sounds like manly or something.
Hey, Gene, suck my cock.
Yeah.
It's just so easy now.
It really is.
You're so willing.
I
They're
know.
all whenever we're on the air.
I know.
I wish we were recording all the time.
It's not so bad.
Yes.
Well, since you said it like that.
Yes. So that was our buddy Midnight Smoke. So we can kind of tell some more of the story now.
Right.
So as we said earlier in the show, Ralph canceled.
Ooh, excuse me.
And then he kind of he left the dangle, as they say.
Yes, he
And
did.
he's like, well, if there's anything I can do, you guys owe me, or I owe you one. So we're like,
he said that. I owe you one.
and we're like, well, funny you should mention that, because we just happen to have this jersey
Right.
that Midnight Smoke left, which kind of became a golden ticket in many respects. So, what did Ralph say? Take the story from here, Gene.
He basically,
because you were the one doing the actual writing and texting or whatever it was.
Right. We were chatting on social media.
Yeah, we were actually in the car.
Right.
Because we were turning around. It's like, the iron is hot here.
Right. So, basically, he said,
come on back.
How did it go? I know. I'm spacing it. I'm spacing now.
Essentially, I remember the retort was eventually, just come on back after the show.
Right. And we were just kind of not sure, like, what do we do? Like, how do we approach it?
Yeah, so I'm like,
so
I made sure to be like, well, and how do we do that?
Right. And just ask, go to management or the stage crew and just say that, I'm expecting you.
Say your name, yeah.
Yeah. And then say my name.
Yeah.
And so that's what we did.
Yeah.
It was pretty easy.
Well, because he'd given word. And plus, they had the green room, which was a few feet off the stage.
It was really small. I'm surprised they didn't give him more room because the girl, that's another person, but someone came in and said, where's Kevin? In there. Like, we thought in another room. No, he's in the bathroom.
Now, here's what's interesting. To me, there was a lot of interesting stuff going on. And probably, again, the biggest celebrity to me in that room wasn't who you think it was. Now, there was a woman there who brought a friend. I'm pretty sure the woman is one of Kevin's ex-girlfriends.
That woman with the blonde hair?
Yes. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I'm not. I only think that because of earlier episodes where he's mentioned her and she's in the area.
Right. So maybe they still, like, she's, like, giving him a ride or something. Or
well, she's friends with him. I know she's still friends with him.
Oh, okay. So she just came to, like, support him. That's cool.
But, like, what was it? I think, it was at the, it might have been at the Atlantic Highlands, the Q&A show.
Okay.
Where he was like, Oh,
I do remember.
Yeah, he's like, we had sex, or he said, basically they'd
she
done
was
stuff.
there.
Yes,
yeah.
yeah.
The
So
fact that she's like that is so funny.
And he was embarrassing her,
Yeah.
but at the same time, it was all true.
Right.
So yeah, and I think that was her. I'm pretty darn sure that was her.
Okay.
So to me, that
would have been a cool thing.
There was a part of me that I was
though.
really trying to angle for a way to talk to her. Yeah, so we recorded with J.C. Reifenberg, who you don't know that name off the top of your head, but you could best know him as he is the inventor of the venue that now all of the Fatman on Batman shows will be hosted at.
Right.
And that's the Scum and Villainy Cantina
Mm-hmm.
in L.A.
On
Hollywood Boulevard.
I know. What a cool place to be.
Now, I know that this guy is also, we knew that he's also wound up with Kevin in other ways, in the background in terms of production and stuff. So we knew he was going to be a cool guest.
Yeah.
And we had, first of all, technical issues getting in.
Right.
My computer was like acting like, I don't even know what was going on. It might be time for an upgrade. And then once we got shit rolling, like just Skype was a dog last night.
It really was.
And yeah, it was, and it could be network activity because of when we did it. It could be a lot of issues, but peak hours and, yeah, the sound quality.
The hours were kind of peaky. You're right.
Yeah. So we may be circling back with that, gentleman.
Maybe we'll try. We'll try it.
We have an interview, and
and maybe
it's actually a good interview, but
really
it's this fact that the quality will drift in and out, and you'll be
right. And there's some of it like I heard.
You'll have to
enough.
piece back mentally. Yeah,
right.
exactly.
It's like, and I don't want you guys to have to do that. You're like doing way too much work to have to listen. You're supposed to be.
But at the same time, you don't want to be like, dude, stop your roll. You're on a passion moment.
Oh my God!
Let me tell you about all the audible problems you're having.
Right,
you don't want to do shit like that either. So
and then
you walk a fine line with Skype.
And then there was a time, like one point, I was like re-explaining what he said, and I was just like, I don't want to have to do that because this is him saying it, and I want you guys to hear it from him.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, so we'll try it.
We may try that one again,
and we might just put them together somehow.
Yes, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But so that's coming in.
He's a cool guy.
Like, I don't know how we got here. We're supposed to be talking about what happened post
cool.
the show.
Like he's almost like he inspires like through Kevin. You know what I mean? Like Kevin's inspired him to inspire. It's like really cool how it happens. A really nice guy. Oh my God! Really?
We've lost our thread.
That was a nice thing I said.
It was, but we've lost our thread. We're drifted so far off point. We're supposed to be talking about going backstage and meeting Michael Emerson.
Yeah, so let's go back to that because that was insane.
Yeah, so
I was like,
I did get to talk to him a little bit, like you said, about how there is some pressure and feel about that character,
right?
And then I don't remember what else we talked about. Something else, but I was like, man, you should talk to Kevin does a show, a podcast all about Batman. And you should be on that show. I mean,
right.
you qualify. And at that point, I felt like, and then this is the part where I get weird because I was flashing back and thinking about the actual movie. And one of my favorite parts in that movie is when the Joker's like, I like this cup. Can we keep, are the guests allowed to keep these? He's like, you could do whatever you want with it. And then he kills
the guy with it.
The psychiatrist, he crashes it on the deck and kills him. I said, I just love when you killed that guy. I said to him, I know you have nothing to do with the animation and probably don't even remember this, but I just love when you killed the guy with that cup.
Did he laugh?
I don't think he knew how to take it. He might have thought at that point,
wow,
crazy security.
I got it too. Cool.
Yes, but anyway, so yes,
security nut job over here.
Maybe not because he did take a picture later. With us together,
that was
not
after.
Too long after that. Yeah, that's when we got the selfies.
Yeah, I like that picture.
That
was cool.
And then Kevin met him, and then
yeah. So he did all that after. Yeah, it's fine.
So
that
it's cool stuff going on backstage. And of course, Ralph was back there, and that's why because Ralph is friends with Michael Emerson.
I know.
So that's why he showed up. He was
Ralph's
there.
so low key. Like Ralph knows like so many cool people. Really, Ralph?
And what was okay? Now, here's a very, a moment that makes me feel good, but, was just weird because I didn't understand, okay, so there's a guy in the Kevin Smith fandom crowd named Mike D, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he was
very much,
he was there. He's like a big teddy bear guy, and you see him a lot at these events. And he was trying to get backstage, back to the green room as well. Now, I had fallen back out into that hallway. It might have been when I was talking to Michael Emerson. I'm not sure. It might have been when I said the coffee cup moment not long before that.
Yeah.
But security was sort of quartered, had stopped Mike over there. And so you guys couldn't see that.
Yeah.
And I'm standing there in the hallway, and now I'm like kind of making funny faces and trying to wave him in and get him in past security and stuff. Giving, encouraging... showing security that I know him at least, and he's a good guy, and he should be back there.
Right.
And so I'm like, come on back. I'm like, and you guys, I guess, are thinking I'm leaving. So Kevin was like, hey, Scott, come here. Don't leave.
I know, he's like waving his arms. It was so sweet.
So, yeah. But I was trying to get another guy in. That's the only reason, that was going on. So,
and did that work?
He got in. I don't know if there was more going on than that. I'm sure Ralph had some say in that.
Yeah.
But but because I don't know because by then I was in, so I'd given Kevin a hug goodbye.
Oh my God, it was so great.
And the fact that you were like, oh my God, he didn't want you to leave without saying goodbye.
I know, he was like waving his
really?
arm.
Oh.
Well, because he was like, Scott, bye, like
it's like all these neat moments. Like it's like
it was cool.
He knows me. Why don't I get that yet?
I know. And plus, you're a buddy. Say goodbye.
He likes me.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't have left without.
I know.
Without the hug.
I know.
But
he was worried though.
But here's the thing. Like, I also don't want to be the guy, like, with the picture. This may have come off as weird, but I don't want to be the guy who every time I see Kevin has to get a selfie.
Right, because you don't really need to every time. Yeah. I know, and I get
well,
it.
I
You're not at that point.
But, so, when you got a selfie of the two of them, and I was like, I don't want to be, that's what was going through my mind. I don't want to be the guy who always has to grab the picture. But then I'm like, oh shit, it's Ralph and Kevin
and then
together.
Kevin's like, seize the day.
And I don't have, and I'm thinking, I don't have a picture of the two of those guys
get
together.
Get in there already.
So then I got up and got it.
It was so good too.
But I don't know if that was seen as disinterest. You know what I mean? Like, how is that? I don't know how, because I was like, oh, I don't really need, because at first I kind of protested, I don't need it. You know,
but you have to let that go.
Yeah.
And not
obviously I do.
Yeah.
And I did, and I took the picture, but there is a bit of that. I walk this really weird line.
Yeah, but that
you know what I mean?
Before he was sad that you were leaving.
Yeah, but okay, what I'm saying is, but again, I feel like in many respects I walk this really weird line, where
I know.
Like, I'll be guilty of being the fucking glom.
And then when you're not the glom, it's like, why aren't you the glom?
Yeah, so yeah.
It's like a catch-22.
Yeah, so why are you being so low-key? You don't really like them? You're just...
See, but that's the thing. Like, it is a fine line, and people perceive...
It's a tough one.
People, it's all the way people perceive it. Because we're actually in the moment. You know what I'm saying? So most of it is what people perceive, and it's not...
Okay. I'm going to let folks in on a really inside perspective that they probably don't even think about. And I'm only bringing this up because recently, and I'm giving them a plug, I was on Clerks Minute, Clerks by the Minute. And it's a podcast that is essentially breaking down the movie Clerks minute by minute. And,
Gosh.
Yeah, and Brian's on it, and Marilyn's on it. And
how long is each episode?
Each episode looks to be about 15 to 20 minutes.
Okay, yeah, because they have all the other stuff that goes along with having a show.
And I felt like at one point I even apologized because they asked me a question, and it took a little bit to get to where they wanted.
Okay.
Essentially our origin story, which is not like, I can do it in 5 seconds.
Right, I'm sure they'll edit it. And I mean, that's hard to edit someone's origin story, though.
But anyway, so... there was just things like, because I've been talking about this a little more. There's a phenomenon and Kevin's been talking about it a little more. And as someone who's gone through it, kind of, it's that Kevin is this golden light, in the center of the universe that we're all kind of attracted to.
Right.
And it's because he's such a good guy.
Right.
And because he's such a positive force if you're a fan.
Right.
And if you follow him and if you get beyond, hey, it's that fat guy in a shirt or whatever.
Yeah.
You know that he's a guy, he really gives of himself.
He really does.
He's very supportive of people, and he no longer shits on stuff like he used to in his 20s, like we all did, and whatever. But he's a much more positive force, and at some point he turned, and people are attracted to that, and everybody sort of wants a piece of that.
Right.
And it's hard, especially with podcasting now, I think if you're a Kevin show, I mean, that was our secret goal. I mean, that's always, we got to get Kevin on the show because we want to meet him. He's our hero. He's our, and I want to get him on the show to find out if this is okay. You know what I mean? That was part of my motivation as well.
Yeah.
Like, am I doing the right thing? Is this okay? Are you cool with this?
Are you cool with this?
Yes.
And I need you to tell everyone you're cool with it, please.
But now therein lies the conundrum, because Kevin Smith knows that it's your responsibility to do that work.
Well, absolutely. And that's why the pat on the back is...
So you get stuck in this, like, there's part of you, and it was us too. When we had Kevin on, there's a bit of like, hey, here's when the show's dropping. Can you give me a retweet?
Right.
Silence.
Right.
And I know in our case, not every show, but in our case, because it is a show, I had to think about this a little bit. Thank God This is where the 12 steps come in handy. Like you can reduce ego and
and you know what? The
because
alcohol
it's like, hey, wait a minute, you're right. Like just because he's come on my show, he doesn't have to RT, and you know he knows that's my job,
right? And the thing is, I'm like very like basic with things. Like sometimes just explaining it this
And here's
way.
the other thing: him RTing a show about him makes him look like the biggest egomaniac on the fucking planet.
Right. And the thing, you know, how I look at it is if someone is truly like a friend, because I consider Kevin a friend. Now, you don't have to tell that person all the time how much you like them. Like, if you have to always tell them how much you like them and tell them how much you care about them all the time, like, it's crazy.
So what I'm saying is, ultimately, if you want to write into our origin story, it's almost poetic.
Yeah.
Because the thing that we sort of you kind of crave.
Right, you're never going to get it.
Yeah, you're never going to get that public adoration that way.
But it's not done like. But in some ways, it's done, but not in the way that you feel
now
like you want it or
all that said,
expect it. Maybe.
Now, all that said, Kevin has been interactive with us. He's done more for us than he's had any need or he never had to.
Right.
He's just done it because he's a good guy, and I think he saw in us a fan with a burning desire. At the right point.
Right. And when Kevin speaks, when he shares about go out and do it, go out and podcast, share with your friends, do it now, because he's saying like you go out and do it. He isn't saying like I'm going to go out, you go out and do it, and I'm going to help you all the time. He's saying do it, and I think it's awesome. I'm telling you that this is awesome.
And here's another little irony of life. What you'll find is, like in this Midnight Smoke thing, ultimately, I'm at my best when I'm helping someone else. You know what I mean? That was ultimately became all about let's get fucking Midnight Smoke's T-shirt fucking or his jersey signed.
And to get corny for a second, it goes right back to the 12 steps, like you were saying.
Yeah, exactly. Helping someone else.
Helping someone else is the ultimate thing.
Getting out of the way, getting your ego out, and making it about
the 12 steps. That's the ultimate goal. But it's fucked up, right?
If you boil that down.
And if you take the alcohol out of it, it doesn't even matter. It's just like it works for life.
It's a philosophy. It's an approach.
It works for life. It's an approach that it does. When you're helping someone else,
I have issues with the God part, but that's all right.
Yeah, but when you're helping someone else, you're out of yourself.
Anyway.
And it feels good.
Yes.
So why not do it more? That's
all
what the whole point is.
So
all you need
and ultimately the Midnight Smoke jersey became a golden ticket to a really cool experience. And the another thing that it enabled us was to be able to, sort of survey and find out how much, because we've been reaching out to the camps of Kevin and Ralph and to hook them up with with Lisa from Life After Flash.
Lisa
Downs. Do we have to say her full name? Like we could say Kevin, we can't say Lisa?
Anyway. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
That's funny. I think she'll even think that's funny if she hears this.
Well, it's a good way to find her.
Yeah. Right? So, and in the last week, I got to say, we've been in the last few weeks, her and I have been, writing a lot of back and forth, and you've been obviously on the Ralph side.
Yeah.
So, like, we've been utilizing our communication.
Right.
And it's been fun. It's been a really, it's another instance where I really like helping someone else, and it gets me jazzed. And
I feel like someone in the camp, like someone's going to go show up.
I so hope so.
Yeah, I just feel like it's just because it's been brought up enough, Flash Gordon, and it's definitely a soft spot.
We reached out to Kevin's camp, through Jordan and all that.
Right.
And we also... But it was so funny because when I was backstage with Kevin and I finally got the moment, because, you want to wait. And I don't want to be the first guy anymore. So I had to wait for my moment. When I got it, I was like, let's talk. Are you going to go to the screening on the third, the one for Life After Flash? And what I got eventually, when he figured out what I was talking about, he was like, who's telling me all about that? Mark Millar.
That's so cool.
To which I was like, like I could hear my brain actually do a thump.
Right. I know.
Like, what? Mark Millar? Wait, Mark Millar's out there spreading the word? So I was like, in my back of my mind, I'm like, I cannot wait to tell Lisa this.
I know, right?
She's going to be thrilled.
Yeah.
And so much so, that was such a late night for us.
Oh, my God.
If you recall.
That was so late.
Yeah, we got in late, and then afterwards I was so jazzed up from the experience. Like, I just couldn't go to bed.
Yeah.
So they're 6 hours ahead of us.
Right.
I think it was like at 4 a.m. I was talking. No, I think it was like 3 a.m. It was either 3 or 4.
Well, it was like definitely like 6, 7, like 8 o'clock their time.
It was like 3 o'clock in the morning
Right.
our time. And I know that because I finally looked up. No. It was approaching 3 towards the end of our conversation.
Okay.
So we started sometime in the 2 o'clock hour. And
so it was like 7 a.m. her time.
Yeah. But like I was I was like, oh my God, I just saw Kevin. But the first thing I said was, I like text her. Can we just Skype? Because this will be a lot easier.
Right. And that's what you did?
Yeah. So
yeah.
I'm like,
too much information.
I was like, you're in with Mark Millar? She's like, yes. I'm like, guess what? That's where Kevin heard about your movie. She's like, and I love that I could hear it as opposed to just like a type.
Yeah.
She's like, yay.
Oh my God.
That
that's
was
so
literally
cool.
the tone, and but it was a very authentic, like,
yeah.
yay. So it was just like one of those little wins,
those
in
little
life.
victories.
Yes,
I know that felt so good. Awesome.
Yeah, so, but then
spreading the word.
Yeah, so I felt like, all right, let me just, since now I've talked to Kevin about it,
and he's heard it from a couple people,
and we've talked about it. Like I figure now I'll send him the follow-up email, which thankfully Lisa had loaded me with the stats and the it's like essentially it's a program in PDF format.
Right.
So I was able to send that to him. So now I know all that is in hand. I also sort of, since I couldn't do it in the green room, give him a whole history of Lisa and how we came, Lisa Downs, and how we all. I keep wanting to say her last name.
Well, yeah, but that's how people find her. Lisa Downs is a director, so she wants people to say
Yes.
her full name because she's important. She's a director producer of Life After Flash.
But like Kevin is Kevin, she should be Lisa.
Yeah, I know, but this is a Kevin Smith show, so they know when we're saying Kevin, we're not
All
talking
right.
about.
And we're not even talking about poor Midnight Smoke
We're not
anymore. It's like,
talking
where did
about-
I go in this
we're
story?
not- We're not talking about Kevin James.
Is this about me?
We're
Is
talking
this
about
my
Kevin
episode?
Smith. Okay,
Yes.
it's not the Kevin James show. It's
Kevin
Smith
James
show.
recently in the news. I can't
Yeah,
remember what
because
that
they
was.
mixed them up. I don't know how, but it's
No, but it was
stupid.
another thing with Kevin James.
Yeah.
Oh, I think they want to replace what's it, Kevin Spacey with Kevin James.
No, they don't.
Yeah. On House of Cards.
They don't.
I don't know where I
funny.
saw that, but that was
That's
that
not
was
true.
That was the joke, I guess.
That's really funny, though.
Yeah, it was.
Or Kevin Smith, maybe.
Yes.
Poor Kevin Spacey. I mean, really, dude? Oh.
I don't want to talk about any of this anymore.
Yeah,
It's
and you
just-
know what? I'm not
because
even.
now you don't even know like it.
I'm not defending him. It's just like disappointing.
It just seems
It's
the
like
longer
fucking
this
sucks.
goes on, the more we're almost watering down because now you have the fucking senator. He's like, I didn't fuck nobody.
Yeah, but you know what? He's disgusting.
I just fucked her. She's only 4. I only kissed her. No.
Listen, he's denying it. That's
sure,
the difference. And I'm not saying that people.
Boy, another lying politician.
I'm not saying that people that like
Because
apologize.
Trump always tells the truth.
Right. I'm not saying that people apologize should be forgiven and everything's right now. But you know what? They stood up and they said I was wrong. This guy is fucking right to this second, because I just looked at my phone, is denying that shit happened.
Haters have got to hate, like
And
the
that's his
douches
thing.
have to douche.
Watch Bill Maher. Listen to Sarah Silverman. She'll talk about it. Love. That's it. All this other shit is bullshit.
Yeah, she's great, actually.
She is. She lays it right out. It's love. That's what we're lacking. What the fuck is going on?
She's crazy. And again, there you go. If you listen to our other show, I don't know if we put this forward, but I don't know. Just seems like a lot of the sexiest women in the world are Jewish.
Yeah, and her hair. I want to touch her hair because it has like a texture to it that I love. But what she comes out of her mouth.
Is that stereotyping? Am I stereotyping there?
They're sexy women.
But here's
I
the
don't
other thing.
know.
It's
And
also
men.
been a personal experience in the community.
Right. They're beautiful.
But that could be regional because we're in the the greater New Jersey area.
Beautiful Israeli women and beautiful as well as men. It's
And just Jewish women.
and Jewish women. And
Like she said, you got to look up. They had to Google Jew.
I know. And she's so funny. And I think that might be like, I don't know. She's funny and smart because it goes back to, and it's so basic, love. Come on, let's get over all this other bullshit. It's wrecking us. Then the president is wrecking us. So
that's why, thank God, we saw in the new election there's a swing.
I know.
Nothing like a bunch of swingers.
Right.
Woo.
And a transgender girl made it to fucking Virginia.
And I'm a little worried about her, but you know what? I don't want to put any negative energy out there. But
no.
If you're down south and fucking too many dicks with
I know,
guns.
it's kind of scary.
Yeah, it worries me about her.
So,
I like her. I have great admiration for her. Hell, I'd sleep with her.
So would I, but I mean that's besides the point.
Look, what's wrong with us? Like that's validating us because we're pervs.
No,
that's what's wrong with us.
No, but that aside, that's not the
we
only
have to make
thing
it about
her.
Sex, and it's so much more than that. Yes, I know.
Right, exactly. It's so like
I'm
just
freely
don't get where
admitting
people,
that we are the scumbags here.
The thing is, it's like this.
Something
is
is wrong with us.
The things that come out of her mouth are so basic. Why is it so surprising that this shit should happen?
Why'd you have to say things, cum, and mouth all in the same
Oh my
statement?
God.
We're talking about her.
Are you kidding?
I'm
you
offended.
Can get over it.
I'm offended.
She's going to do great things for Virginia. She's already like,
I can't believe you didn't finish your pancakes. I'm so hungry for more. They were so yummy.
I can make more.
Okay, good.
So maybe we should close the
after.
show now. We'll do it.
Well, have we summed up everything?
After.
So yeah, eventually the beautiful thing was while back there
among the
other hit list of things we had to do.
Sorry, Steve.
And actually was sort of the first thing we did when it wasn't even like crowded, and I'm glad we did it when we did it.
Right.
Was like first agenda item was, hey, we have Midnight Smoke's jersey.
Right.
We really appreciate if you would sign this for him, and they signed.
So we had put it in like the big Ziploc bag within the Ziploc bag.
Yes, and there was like a whole bit. There was a little bit of so where should we sign it? Da, 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 da,
and fucking Ralph knew he's going to do it right on the 9.
Yeah, so that's when they decided
the 9.
Oh, he said do it on the 9 because that's the individual number. That's the whole thing. That's what people are going to see. Now then they held it up. I said, can we get a picture with it together? Now, I got to direct for a moment. I was back in director mode. And you were like, thank God you did that because I don't know if I would have.
I don't think I would have because he was like holding it his way.
So they held up the jersey. I asked, hey, could you guys hold up the jersey? And they were like, absolutely. And they held up the jersey, but they held it up so you could see the front. I'm like, well, would it be all right if we turned the jersey around so we could see the midnight?
Yeah, they totally got
the Midnight Smoke
They
part?
totally got it.
Yes, they did as soon as I did. But I there was a bit of me that was like the emperor has no clothes or something. Like, should I
did I just reprimand Kevin Smith for the way he was holding the jersey? Oh my God.
There is a little bit of that.
But there was. You did direct him though, and he listened. He didn't have to.
And they flipped it around.
He didn't have to listen.
And that picture, I love that picture.
The faces.
It's perfect.
There's so much energy in that picture. I know.
Yes.
And the people like
everyone who's seen it online loved it. It was a great picture.
On social media, they loved
it. If I'm proud of anything, I'm not even in that fucking picture.
Moment.
But I'm proud of that picture. I'm proud of that moment.
And Kevin has that little shit-eating grin.
The only thing that sucks about the whole thing is that Midnight Smoke wasn't there to actually be a part of it and be in that picture.
Well,
if I could redo or
see, but redoing it wouldn't have been the same.
That'd be the
effect.
only addition I would add was that Midnight Smoke would.
But it's funny because we almost thought like Philly would have been better with now because it's over with the interview, and now he's probably thinking New York would have been better because I would have been able to. So we're probably want to flip spaces. But
and it's funny because I even commiserate. I can commiserate, but in talking to Midnight Smoke, I'm like, you know, I'm really glad we got your jersey signed, but there's part of me that goes, I wonder if we had done Philly if we had gotten the interview. You know?
Yeah, but we have ways.
Like you said, on the other side, like he's like, fuck that, man.
I know he wants to be in New Jersey.
I got my fucking jersey signed.
Yeah, he would have gotten back there. Yeah. But going back
maybe
to
in Philly.
the movie,
now you have to turn it again. Maybe if we're in Philly, he would have been back there.
Going back to the movie though.
You never win.
Like that, it happens with the interviews.
Fuck me and make me forget.
You know, it's hard to fit.
See, that's where I want to cut it. Fuck me and make me forget. Forget the stupid kid part.
Right, right. So, but we have an alternative plan with the interview, so maybe that'll work out too.
Sorry,
I'm trying to talk over him.
I know, and I'm trying. I'm like, now Gene doesn't want this to play, so I know I got to stop it. Darn.
Well, I said what I said twice, so I'm not gonna say it again.
You know, I just looked up on the wall, which I do every now and then. I realized George Carlin's up there, after all, in spirit. Even though I don't have the signed picture, I can't find.
Where is he?
He's the buggy, or he's the bus.
Oh my God, yeah, he's Mater.
Yep, right there.
Aww.
I'm having my own little fanboy moment. Do you mind if I take my cock out and jerk off?
Oh, I love how you just waited for my answer.
Yes.
Sorry.
Call back.
Can we go back to that really quick?
Call back, yeah.
30 seconds. Why does Louis C.K. think he brings these two girls up, he goes, and he just gets naked right away and takes his stuff out? Like, right away.
Okay, here's the thing. If you've done it before, after a while, I guess you start to think it's okay in some level.
But he just, like, takes
I mean, it's like
right away.
I mean,
it's weird.
I don't mean to make nudism weird, because it's not. But just think, nudists are people who are used to taking their clothes off all the time.
Yeah, but
so it just doesn't bother them anymore about nudism. Now, I'm not saying it's the same. I'm not saying that every nudist is sexually assault, but there's a piece of that. And like Louis C.K. is a guy who takes his clothes off, apparently, and takes his dick out a lot.
Does a little something after.
Because here's the thing. If that were to happen to me, I wouldn't be hard. I'd be like, I'm naked in front of these women I've never met, and I'm just walking in cold. You know what I mean? I'd be fucking.
You'd be like
I'd be shrinkage. Is what would be. I'd have an innie. You know what I mean? I would not be like. So I guess in some way, my hat's off to Louis C.K. because whoa,
I can't imagine
he can walk in with that flagpole flying. God
I can't
bless
imagine
him
being rock hard though, because he ain't no like.
Well, how are you jerking it if it's not? You know, what are you doing? Like the mini jerks?
Getting it, the mini jerks.
The fucking cocktail weenie tugs.
The mini jerks.
He's Irish too, isn't he?
Yeah, so it's really mini. It's like the mini Vienna sausage. Yeah,
got the gherkin.
The gherkin, the sweet midget gherkins.
That's why the Irish love the gherkins.
I do. I love me some gherkins.
What does that say about me? Oh.
Those are
God,
so
this went
good.
downhill very quickly.
The sweet midget gherkins. They're like the sweet gherkins, but they're the mini ones. They're like half the size. My mom used to put a bowl out.
I can't talk, ladies and gentlemen.
That was a part of our appetizer table. We would have like a whole bowl of the sweet midget gherkins. Yeah. You love it. Us Irish. We have so many different foods that are so wonderful.
You know what I've realized? We still haven't given a location for the fucking...
Oh my God, I'm crying.
For the Bane disc we're working on. The Bane album that we've been working on.
Oh my God, it should be coming out soon.
We're probably going to end up using, what do you call it? Bandcamp.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, so look for that on Bandcamp soon.
Oh
It'll be on ThatMan on Fatman on Bandcamp. Yeah. We haven't... I guess we'll have that registered by the time this show's over.
And we might send
if
it
it's
to
not
you.
already up. For some reason, I think we have an account there already.
I think we do.
It might be BC Juggernaut, though.
So keep out for Bane, because Bane will be like,
T-Bane!
Reminding you of the date approaching.
Kicking it old school.
Yeah.
See, look, I'm singing his stuff.
Right.
I sound just
See
like
what
that guy
happens?
sometimes.
It just gets to be
Ha, ha,
PS
T-Bane.
PSL gets into your psyche.
Too bad Cameron's not here for that.
Oh my God.
I know how much he loves that.
He loves that.
Join me, and together we can rule the galaxy as father and son.
There you go.
Wow.
That's what Trump said to, what's his name? Oh, shit. Where's that soundbite? Hang on. I got to find it. Oh, please. It's here somewhere. It used to be somewhere real handy.
Dandy.
That's the problem. The layout I have is not, there's not enough room for all the tabs. So I just blew that joke, and I'm going to let it lie.
Oh, darn it.
My name is Jared Kushner.
Oh, yeah.
It's basically... It's much funnier than I just said.
Deals. It's Gilbert Gottfried.
Yeah, and I don't know where the fuck. It's not even where it should be.
Is it labeled like Gilbert?
I was a really good student at the best school. I'm not like a smart guy, okay?
Can you believe this? Okay.
Okay.
Okay. No, it's not okay.
Just leave it lie. Didn't I say it? I say it so it's true.
Yeah.
That's a lovely, lovely voice.
Everyone knows it.
Yes.
The people that matter know it.
Yes. All right, we have to change things up and leave people in a way that will totally... It's like we need a palate cleanser.
We do.
And when you need that, there's only one thing that works.
I think it's making it worse.
The charm of making always fixes everything.
I think it's making it worse.
And
Now, Nafla, Unvas Bethod.
Ooh, this one reminds me of something.
Holy shit.
I can announce something. We can announce something very cool coming up, too.
Yeah, who did he say that with right then? Who was that?
That was Mark Bernardin.
Was it really?
TV's Mark Bernardin.
TV's Mark Bernardin.
TV's Mark Bernardin. Fatman on Fatman. Fatman on Batman's Mark Bernardin.
Yes.
Sorry. It's if we say it wrong, it's only force of habit.
But
everybody knows that.
He will soon be on that.
That's what I took the wind out of my sails. You biatch.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. You got it.
Biatch.
Well, I was about to say. So we have some cool upcoming shows. Again, we were talking earlier about Jesus Christ coming down. That's right. Jesus Christ will be in the hizzy.
JC.
Yes. Did we even talk about it? Yes, we did, right?
Yeah. We talked about it in the beginning.
Because I remember we paused and we were like, we got to get his name right.
Right.
Which we can't say now.
And I think we did talk a little bit about Mark, too. That's why I was kind of like...
Yes. And that's when I was like, no, we can't talk about this till after the show.
Yeah, after. So now it's after.
All right. You folks know that we have a friend who has worked on shows such as The Defenders and
Jessica Jones,
and of course
Iron Fist.
Michael
Joseph Consul Magno.
Yeah, now he's a set dresser, but you know he's a diehard fan of the work, of the origin work, and he's a comic book geek, and
he has a podcast, 2 mics, 1 mic.
Yes, which is kind of in a dormant phase, but he's promising to be back soon. Yes,
is pregnant.
Well, first married, now pregnant.
Married, now pregnant.
And I have an amazing picture of the very Michael Joseph Consul Magno as Iron Fist from Halloween.
Oh my God, didn't he look great?
Yes.
And the other Mike was fucking Pennywise.
Was he actually fucking
shit.
Pennywise? No.
No, I don't think he does that.
He's Pennywise.
But yeah, he was Pennywise. Scary.
So
good costume.
Yeah. So he works on the show, and if you remember, if you go back to our Iron Fist episode, Michael was a bit of defensive and felt that perhaps there were harsher criticisms going on in the universe, particularly of a Mark Bernardin.
Yeah, well, because that's where he showed up every day, and he has some personal feelings about it.
Yeah, so he's credited on both Iron Fist and Defenders.
So yes, that is his.
So he has a little pride in there.
Yeah, that's his work.
But okay, now in the course of getting word to Mark Bernardin about Life After Flash, I also said, oh, and by the way, one thing, because we didn't want to sandbag a guy. You don't want to sandbag a guy, but it was an idea. Maybe we can close this rift or, sort of, close the wound. So I asked Mark, would you be interested in coming on the show? Because it just so happens that a guy who's on our crew and, is our editor also works for Marvel, Netflix, and it would just be nice to sort of, close that rift or, and I also there's part of me that's like, how harsh will Mark be when he actually, when someone who's down in the trenches is, in front of.
I don't think he'll change. I think he has.
But here's the
thoughts.
thing. No. Because think of Kevin.
Yeah.
Kevin's approach now is he doesn't have to worry about that kind of thing because if he has something negative, he doesn't say it. He doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't really.
He gives notes now, which is what you're supposed to do.
Right. It doesn't really come off well.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Tearing something down.
Yeah.
Well, even if it's funny in the moment, even if some of the comments are funny, what's eventually going to happen is you're going to run into somebody who worked hard on that thing.
Well, and that's the thing, too. It's not only like coming off well, it's how it feels when you're doing it. Because that shit doesn't sit well inside. If you're like a decent person.
So I will say this to Mark. He's a good sport for coming on.
Yeah.
And we know Michael. We know Mark.
Right.
We know that it's not going to be like some sort of, oh my God, they're ripping it.
And he knows us because I'm sure, some shows he's listened.
It's
and he knows that we're a Kevin
good.
Smith show. We're not going to like dick him over.
This is all in good fun.
Yeah, of course.
But I wouldn't be surprised if Michael gave him a little shit.
Well, but it's all in fun.
Yeah, it'll all be in fun. So,
and I think Mark even mentioned he would definitely like to come on. So it was like not like he's being forced to.
Yeah.
Or he feels obligated to.
Yeah. He's a good Mark's a good guy.
Yeah. So and I think he's
I think it was like cool. You guys thought of me enough to like try and get me into Life After Flash, and it's true.
Of course. Well, because he mentioned
that was such a cool moment, and we were so wrapped up in making shit happen. It was like, oh my God, is this like? in truth, I have an email to Lisa that was confessing, listen, when this happened like 2 days ago, I didn't want to say anything because it just seemed almost too weird.
Right.
But now I have to say it.
Now, when you extended the invitation to Mark, did you mention, like, when he mentioned it about, like, the Fatman? Okay.
Yes.
So, see, now that, to me, is someone like, wow, this dude took what I said, and he was like, wow, that would be cool if he could experience this, because that would bring back all those good feelings even more.
And
but that's a
like
cool
I said,
thing.
I avoided telling Lisa Downs that about Mark saying that on the show because at the time, it just seemed like too weird.
I know, because the coincidences happen all the time.
It almost made me sound crazy. So I was like, I can't say anything about this because it's just, I'm going to sound too weird.
No, but but it's really true.
But as things rolled out and as we talked more during the week, I'm like, you know what? I didn't tell you this 2 days ago, but I got to tell you now because it's apparent I was supposed to.
Right, right. See, our dream is for like all of these guys to walk in down the red carpet, like, all together.
Well, not that. Just be there.
Yeah.
And whether they end up in the documentary in some way, because documentaries aren't done until you say they are,
right,
or until they're sold, and that's part of what I believe this meeting is about. So, maybe Kevin will end up in it. That would be awesome.
Right, it would.
Maybe, Ralph will end up in it. Maybe if Mark goes, he'll end up in it. I don't know. I can't make any promises. I'm not the director. But there were 2 people she mentioned that she would like to get, if she could, in a perfect world. One would be Kevin Smith. The other is Seth MacFarlane.
That would be great.
Who knows? And I know a lot of people. I mean, even Ralph. Ralph is, one away from Seth. So all that stuff is good.
Right.
And I wish her all the best. And it's funny because it's like now, it's not our project, but it kind of is in some ways. Like she knows too. She's like, I'll tell you all about it after it's done. I'll send you an update. It's very cool. It's just a neat thing. It's nice to help others. Like what you'll hear us say to the guy, to JC, to Jesus Christ, when he comes on next week.
Yeah.
Unless we have a new interview that omits that completely.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. It might
Just
be
too much.
right.
Man, this is a show within a show. This is going to be a 10-hour show because of us. All right, should we call it?
Yeah, let's call it.
Stick a fork in me? Say I'm done?
Oof, I'm done.
Stick a fork deep in me. Deep inside my innards.
Scorpios, we like that.
Yes, I'm not a Scorpio. I'm Taurus. I don't like anything.
Yeah, but Scorpio, well, yeah.
I could stick my horns up your ass.
Taurus is harder.
And you'll like it. Yay.
Did you just lift your butt off the seat?
Yes. Guess why? I wonder if it ended up on mic.
I don't know. I heard it. It was like a
I smell it over here. That's for sure. Oh, boy.
It was
the chair. It was the cushion. The cushion made it. No,
fart.
it was my asshole. It opened up and out came some gas that now stinks.
All
and now I got to get out of here because I'm sitting in my own farts.
Smart and good.
I am not being smart and good.
You're being disgusting and repulsive.
Yes. Oh, look at with the venom you say that. It's like, oh my
no, I'm teasing.
Such fart shaming should not stand.
Gas shaming. Yes. Well, you're sitting there.
You're fart shaming me.
It would be different if you did it. And
I love it. Let me smell my own farts. I love it. There are actually, I'm sure there's a name for that. There's got to be some Greek or Latin name for people who have a fetish that like to smell their own farts. I'm sure there is. And you know what that means? It's not that weird.
No.
There's a name. Unfortunately, it's not. Unfortunately. Actually, some people out there, it's like, oh, thank God it's named. I'm not that weird. Like that eating shit on Rick and Morty.
Oh, my God.
Cornucopia or whatever. Cornucopia or whatever. It's on the wall.
That's crazy.
In Dr. Wong's office.
Oh, yeah. Eating poop.
Yes.
Yeah. And if you have any friends that are having trouble stopping eating poop, give me a call.
I don't judge.
I don't judge. That's so weird. But I think they're eating poop too. I think that's what it sounds like. All right, guys. Let's wrap this mother out. Come on.
We're gonna wrap this mother out.
After 988 seasons of Planet Music, the Cromulons have decided to declare Earth the final winner and bring our musical reality show to a conclusion. Goodbye.
That would be a good closing.
All right, everybody, you're smart and good. We will catch you next week.
Bye, guys.
With Jesus Christ.
Staring out in space, looking for an angel smiling, praying for some faith. Thoughts are drifting through my mind and filling it with fear. Is there something else out there, and just why are we here? Then I see the world will turn, and we must be its guide. Dreams and nonsense schemes, gone comes we must reply. Powers from our mother earth, they'll blow us to our knees. While our souls do bind as one, come join us if you please, if you please. Reading moments one by one and smirking like a thief. Sleeping through another night and deepening our peace. Genesis and matter's wake is coming from our sun. Living in this very moment, for this moment's done. But now I see the dawn will come and we are all its guide. Crazy dreams and nonsense schemes, the Godhead in the skies. Powers from our mother earth is all we'll ever be. While our souls do bind as one, come join us if you please, if you please. Eyes we worship at our shrine. Bursting flowers into bloom, there's no such thing as time. Powers from our mother earth will blow us to our knees. Twisting, turning minds are burning, join us if you please. And now I see that I am just beginning its demise. Flashing bits of comic light that vanish from the skies. Powers from our mother earth is all we'll ever be. All our souls do bind as one, come join us if you please, if you please. If you please. If you please.
There he is. It's that man standing over Blood Alley Square, protecting us all. Go get him, that man.